Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 151.
You just check, man.
I know, but my short-term memory is not so good. Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Carnett. To my right, it's Mike Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art with a new VR mode, Rosian.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to charge you for it, too.
Well, someone's got to be making some stuff for PSVR too, right? I mean, someone's got to make it.
Somebody.
Might as well be Art.
Based on today, there's a bunch of people making stuff for PSVR, too.
Well, not necessarily new stuff.
I didn't say it had
There's
to be
a lot of
nice,
shit
but they're making it.
So so I don't know if y'all. I mean, first of all, you've been listening to us. Thank you for listening to us. If you found us and you're new, first of all, how the hell did you find us? Secondly, so we're gonna be doing this. We're not doing it on a set schedule anymore. We're doing it when A, we have time, and B, there's something to talk about. And there's definitely something to talk about today, because 5 hours ago was the 2023 PlayStation Showcase.
We're on time.
And we're on time.
Well, it's like a
we
week
haven't
off.
posted it. We haven't posted this yet, though.
Fair. That's fair.
So when you're listening to this, maybe we're on time, Art.
It might be a month later.
There might be a month, maybe might be hours before we record the next episode. We just don't know. But yeah, so today was essentially what would have been like their E3
Pretty much, yeah.
conference
Yeah.
for Sony. This was the kickoff of Summer Games Fest. And I'm going to tell you, listen, ladies and gentlemen, new fans, old fans, you better hold on to your collective tookuses, because I'm coming in hot on this one.
Oh, boy.
I have some thoughts, some feelings, and
Me too.
I have some thoughts and feelings.
I have many thoughts and many feelings. And we'll get into it when we actually run it down. But I assume that Steak has the run of show here, per usual.
Oh, I do.
I hope so.
Because no one else did.
I-
No one else prepared.
I got it.
So-
I did a little bit of research on news, and there was nothing really worth getting into.
There hasn't been much going on.
no,
there really hasn't.
I mean, not
been much
really.
going on.
So we are going to go into what we're going to do. What you're playing still, like we usually do, and then I think we're going to kick right off into the Sony
right
piece
in.
of it, right?
Going right on in. Diving on in.
Perfect. Steak.
Yeah.
What you playing?
So much. All right. Let's try to make this as quick as possible. So, I finally finished Bayonetta Origins.
Don't worry, I'm going to shave time off this for everybody.
Fair. I finally finished Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. It was phenomenal. Absolutely excellent. I highly recommend it. Even if you're a Bayonetta fan, if you're a platformer puzzle fan, like just all around, it's gorgeous. It played great. I love the story, and there was a little extra at the end.
All right.
A little extra hour at the end for something, and that was very cool. What they did for that. So, something I have not played a ton of yet, but I really need to sit down and start playing this. I finally got past the first area, and after getting past the first area, it's like, all right, it's starting to kind of set in with me. That's Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So when it came out, there was a lot of issues with it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I'm going to wait. Let's see if they get patched a little bit.
I did the same thing. I'm doing this. I'm still waiting because I'm still playing through a couple of things. But yeah, no, I hear you.
So I finally started really getting going. So the first area finally was running seamless. Second area was running seamless for a while. And I hit a point where every time I was turning, it was stuttering pretty bad. I was like, it was driving me kind of crazy. But it's more Jedi. It's more Star Wars Jedi, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. I mean, it's nice because you're not starting from square one either. You are still you. You're what's his name?
Cal Kestis.
Thank you. You are him from the end of the last game, so you're picking up right where you left off, pretty much. A couple of years later, but but you still feel like where you were with that character at the end, in terms of power and stuff. You still got it.
That's so refreshing. And honestly, I mean, that's the classic thing where something happens to Metroid and you lose all your sometimes a Samus and you lose everything. So there's always that little that kind of thing. I remember someone telling me that, and that made me very interested to see how that works.
Yeah.
And what's beyond that then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the next level of the skill tree look like?
There's quite a bit. there is quite a bit. That I have not unlocked, but I could see coming.
Yeah, I was talking. Vegas texted me a couple days ago just about some nonsense, and he's just like, "Oh, by the way, Star Wars, Survivor is the most perfect game I've ever played. He said he felt sad when it was over.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, that's a pretty ringing
He
endorsement
took
from
me
him.
50 hours in that game.
Yeah.
Like he was like scraping it.
He
Like,
was just-
yeah, like
there's gotta
I was
be something
"Damn."
else.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I have to have missed something.
So I really got to sit down and really like start hammering that out. But it was finally like, all right. But it's the problem was like I started playing it. Then I took like 2 weeks off, and then I was getting destroyed. It's one of those games where like if you step away, it takes some time to get used to those controls again. Like,
Yeah.
remembering, oh, what do I have to do here? What's block and all that stuff. So, but I will say it looks gorgeous. It looks incredible because there is a quality in a performance mode. I highly, highly recommend not playing performance mode actually, because even though it does run smoother. Wow, does it look really bad? Like blurry bad almost. Yeah, it's crazy how
what's-
the difference.
What's the point of having a performance mode if it's going to be blurry?
Yeah, it's really bad. The textures is like barely like it's bad. But I think that shows you though that they truly built this to be played on quality and like. But if you want a little bit smoother experience, well, we're gonna have to step back all this textures that we put into these, and it looks like garbage.
That's crazy.
Like the rocks don't look very
Rocky.
So yeah. Let's see. What else have I jumped in here? Very little. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to it, unfortunately, but I was really excited for it. The Last Case of Benedict Fox.
Oh yeah, I was excited for that one too. I haven't touched it at all, but I was excited for that one too.
So it's kind of like a Metroidvania-ish kind of type of game. That one also has just, oh my god, it's just technically has issues. I know it's a trend here. Hang on, I'm not done with that. Yeah, we'll get back to that. But it technically has issues. The story's very interesting. The world's very cool. I was like enjoying it for the first like an hour or so I was playing it, and then but it's one of those games where like I kind of put it away, and I don't have that like feeling like that like I gotta get back
draw.
to that. I gotta get back to that. Yeah, there's no draw or anything like that. So we'll see. Maybe one day again there'll be one of those where I'm just like, oh, I have nothing to like. Oh, let me load this up and maybe see if it catches it or whatever. But I don't know because I feel like that should be a game I would really enjoy, but I don't know. Having troubles with it. A game that did come out very recently, day one on Game Pass. So, why not?
Put on a t-shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. But 100% stuck with it and beat it in 4.5 hours in like my first session was like a half hour, and then my next session was 4 hours, and it was done with it. And that is Ravenlock.
Oh yeah,
Ravenlock. So this is done by the same company that did that Riverbound back in that kind of Minecraft kind of thing and everything. This 4K, smooth as hell, looks great, runs fantastic. There was a couple parts where I'm gonna be honest, I had to look up because I was like, okay, what am I supposed to fucking do now? Like I ran around for a little while. I'm like, okay, I just don't know what to do. And then I'm like, oh, you're stupid. Go. So just like I do with every Lego game.
Yeah. So I see. I mean, when I'm scrolling through Game Pass, getting my rewards points, or whatever, Ravenlock always comes up. I don't know anything about it. So what do you do in Ravenlock?
So this is the one where it's kind of like it's like an action RPG.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a storybook, almost like an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel to it as well.
But it's only like 5-ish hours.
It's like 4.5 hours, and I got all 1,000 achievements.
Ooh.
4.5 hours. So that was the night. Like it was actually kind of like refreshing.
Ugh.
Because
Nice palate cleanser.
Yeah, because some of this other stuff I've been playing have been taking up hours.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was kind of like that, and I think that's why like I sat there and just kept going because like not only like was I having fun, I was enjoying it. Like it's not overly hard. Like the boss battles give you a little bit of a challenge, so at least okay, the regular enemies are fine. You get to a boss, cool. You're not like killing it instantly. You gotta, but once you figure out the pattern, okay, cool, got it. Like, but you still have that like couple minutes where you're figuring that out, which is nice. But it's totally worth it. Like I said, it's very Alice in Wonderland like.
Very cool.
In terms of so it's fun. So speaking of, let's get back to technical issues. I did jump into, of course, Redfall.
Oh. I was wondering what game
I
you
think
were
that
talking
pretty much
about.
summed it up. I mean,
I have. So I want you to talk about Redfall.
Yeah.
But I have a thought on so many games that have been come out just like broken in the last like.
It's insane.
This first half.
Last, month or
this
two.
first half of this first half of the
that's true.
year.
First half, that's true.
Has had all
Quite a bit.
kinds of problems with it. And like, okay, don't hear what I'm not saying here. But ever since the crackdown on crunch, we have seen so many more broken ass games. Crunch is still bad. Crunch is very bad. We should not crunch. Okay, that is what I'm saying. What I'm really thinking is like, I feel like the industry is having issues trying to figure out what the proper development cycle looks like now without it. So like I think this is why we're seeing these huge AAA titles that have all kinds of shit fucked up in it.
Yeah.
I mean, or being super delayed, or just like, you know what I mean? It just feels like that they're still trying to figure out like post-COVID and post-crunch work environments, and most people just aren't figuring it out yet.
Yeah.
Like I've been yelling this for years when it comes to the whole crunch thing, and now creeping into the quality of games being released and technical issues. But this all just comes down to decent project management.
Yeah.
You plan for the correct number of hours. You have someone sit there and go, no, that's not within scope of what we're doing for this game. Keep it in the back burner for when we do a sequel or the next game.
Yeah, and that's
DLC or
and
whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's like the issue with this, because it's like, video games are somewhere in the cross section of business and art.
Right.
So like trying to figure out like both of those things at the same time is damn near impossible. And they're like, oh yeah, we can definitely deliver this in 9 months, and no, you can't for whatever reason.
Right.
Because maybe your parent company laid off half the staff, or maybe like who the hell knows? You're trying to be acquired by somebody, and like, no, you're making Call of Duty levels now, or whatever the hell it is. So it's just like there's so like there is like a trend. Like you usually didn't see this much broken stuff in the AAA space.
Yeah.
That is like now, like I said, Benedict Fox has some problems too.
Isn't this just Bethesda jank?
No, when it's like they had.
This is a little different from Bethesda jank.
Yeah.
This one, Redfall, is a little bit different. Because usually, like even like when Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 came out, there was issues involving glitches and stuff like that. But it was for the most part, it was very playable. It ran smooth. Like, yeah, you had stuff here and there, but for the most part, it ran with glitches. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it ran. This is quite a bit more janky than just your typical, like you're running smoothly and then you hit a glitch here and there. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
For this one. But then also, like, going off what you were saying, like I wasn't going to talk about it because I really haven't played too much of it yet, so I don't want to get too much into it. But like Forspoken, that came out in January. That game had you saw the videos. They had many issues. It looked ugly at times. All that stuff. So I did recently start that up. It's running smooth. It's looking great, and I heard that, and I must have just downloaded like the most recent patch, because all of a sudden now I'm seeing all these articles saying like, holy shit, it's like a new game. Here you go. All you needed was a 4-month delay,
and like
I mean, I don't know. That's the whole business aspect of it, but.
Well, but if you delay a game by 4 months, again, I mean, this is the old Miyamoto quote, which is like, but in a nutshell, like on a business side of this too. I mean, like, the Miyamoto's quote was like on the artistic side of this, right? It was just like, you release a bad game, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But on like the business side of it, oh no, what's happening?
All right, that'll be fine.
Computers.
It's the stuff nightmares are made of.
Oh no.
Do you want to see upgraded Windows 11, doesn't it?
I paused the window updates, but there must have been an update that was like.
They always find you.
I know it.
Anyway, so like on the business side of this thing too, like this, I mean, being delayed is one thing, but I don't think that you talk about a 4-month delay, right? If they were to delay the game 4 months, I don't think the loss of sales would have been anywhere close to the amount of people when they deliver a game that is not up to par. The reviews are bad. Podcasts are slam dunking on this thing. Like all the bad press you get along with it.
Nothing but negative Twitter,
right?
Forever.
Pulling that back in,
yeah,
is significantly where you're losing so many more sales there as opposed to that 4-month gap.
Yeah,
where you didn't have those sales, and now you're delivering it 4 months later. Like I don't know. I just feel
4
like
months later, and right now everyone's buying it because that's the only reason I got it for cheap. Like,
yeah. So you're buying it, and some people are buying it later, or buying it on the cheap, as opposed to if the game just came out
and it was
now
awesome,
and it ran
the way
well.
It was, yeah.
Even if you add I don't know, 8 points to the Metacritic. Again, I don't know. I'm not doing actual math here, but let's say we're adding 8 points to it, and it's like, hey, it runs good. Like, hey, this is definitely a new franchise. Like, from Square Enix, blah blah blah. Like,
how many more
$70 sales?
I might have been more inclined to pay $70 for it. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It just that just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's
no.
But again, that's like what Art was saying though too, with like the management piece of it. Just like this guy, I guarantee. I say this at work all the time. I know that this company has an actuary on the staff somewhere. Ask him have him do this math of the 4-month delay or bad reviews now or good reviews later, like how that affects sales. There's got to be a way to do that.
Yeah.
Video game actuary. I wish I knew actuarial science. I'd make that like a niche thing and contract out.
That'd be awesome. So Redfall. Now here's the thing. Okay, so like I said, yes, quite a bit of technical issues. This game, I had quite a few deaths due to the frame rate issues and stuff like that. Like stuff like that.
See, that's not jank.
Which is not good. Right, that's not jank. Right, that's not Bethesda jank. No, it's not.
That's sucking the life out of the game.
Yeah, I had a few things like that happen. However, I got through the whole first act. I completed the first act. It's fun. It's fun. Like, I am like, God, I wish they could fix this quicker because like I almost don't want to go on to the next act because I am super enjoying it in terms of like the game itself. Like, I love the set. Like for me, my favorite mythical creature is vampires. So this is so you could take this with a grain of salt if you want. So I am all about vampires, as I've been. If you've heard us in the past, it's never coming out, unfortunately. But I was ecstatic when Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 was announced. But so the mechanics is there. It's there. Like it's like one of those things where it's like, I see what you're trying to do. Like, let me help you. Or something like I'm trying to pull a little more out of this I need to.
I watched the Easy Allies review and Hubert said, I think it was this one where he said just like they just don't execute. Like, they're just almost there, but like they just don't execute any of their main ideas.
Exactly. You could see what they want to do and like where it might go, but it just stops. Like, it totally just stops. And which is unfortunate. Like, I enjoy like the context, like the language context in there. A lot of people are hit or miss with that. It can be a little goofy at times, but usually when it's goofy, but at least it kind of fits in. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like just like out of the blue. Like it does kind of fit in with what's going on. But there are, like I said, there's a lot of other crazy stuff. Like, like the whole, if you play co-op, the main person's the only one getting the achievements and all that. That's bullshit. There are missable collectibles.
Oh,
there are so there's certain missions while you're doing stuff. If you didn't get stuff, it's good. It's quote unquote open world. Nope, it's gone. And this act. So I'm in this certain part of Redfall right now. The next act, it warns you before you go on. You cannot come back to this. So like once you go on, that's it. Until you start a brand new game, you are gone. You are gone from that area. Which, like, again, for a quote unquote open world type game that it's supposed to be, that's also very disappointing. Yeah. So it's so close. But like I said, I am having a lot of fun with it. I'm hoping that like this turns into some kind of cyberpunk where like they really get it going in some way, and that the audience comes back to it. Which I think, being on Game Pass could help that, because it's one of those things. All right, shit now. Oh, they released a patch and everyone's talking about it. Cool. Let me go download it again and give it another try. Yeah. So hopefully they can get it going again.
All right.
We'll see. Sorry, I'm gonna a few more here.
No, you're good.
I bought the. You guys know I can't help myself.
Oh God.
Well, actually, the whole rest of this is I can't help myself because I'm in moron. I bought the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters.
Oh yeah.
On PS5. I have gone through and platinumed 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my!
Why are you so like hanging your head in shame? Like, I can't help myself. Like, this is something that people in like your sphere here who would love Final Fantasy have been begging for this on consoles.
Oh, 100%. Well, it was.
You shouldn't be apologizing for this.
It was pricey. It was.
Yeah, it was.
That's why. That's the only reason. Right. Because of the price.
Yeah, no, all right, fair.
I mean,
that's
buying
fair.
the bun-
That's fair.
But you have to buy the bundle because it's way cheaper to buy the bundle. So
yeah.
it's like I gotta buy them all.
So-
well, I'm gonna play them anyway.
That's fair
but
because I've been staring at it on Steam for months, going, "No, there's no fucking way."
it's just so pricey.
Yeah, it's like what, like $78?
So the price, I think it was $76 for all 6.
Yeah.
But if you buy them individually, it's closer to like 90.
It's like $16 a game or
Yeah,
something.
something like that. So
All right, I have absolutely no context for early Final Fantasies. How long does it take to beat like a 1 and 2 and a 3?
So 1, 2, and 3. This is before they start getting beefier.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this is before they start getting beefier, but it's still. So 1 took me 10 hours.
Okay.
I mean, so we're still not talking like crazy.
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
10
but
hours.
it's fine.
I mean, that's hefty for an NES game.
Oh, exactly.
But,
Yo,
but super
100%.
light on a Final Fantasy game.
Right.
Well,
Modern Final Fantasy games. I mean,
Well, yeah.
back in the day where
I have no idea.
back in the day where you could beat Mario 3 in like 2 hours.
Well, right, exactly, yeah. 2 took me 12 and a half, I want to say. And 3, I think, took me around 11.
Okay. I thought, man, I was thinking, like, man, this man has a problem. Yeah. Actually, that's not so bad.
he
That's
does,
not so bad.
but that's
Well,
not the
I do,
point here.
But yeah, so those are like, but now it's like, and that's why like I was able to get through those, and now like, all right, like what the night after I finished 3, I loaded up 4, and I was just like, we're gonna take a break. Like it was one of those where I was like, all right, I have gone through 1 through 3. 4 is it's like I've never actually played the 2D version. I've only played the 3D the DS remake.
Oh, yeah.
That was in 3D, which actually everyone says is a lot harder. So I'm actually kind of curious about this. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to dive into that. But I also do know that 4 is like it is a beefier game than the first 3 were. So it's one of those where it's like, okay,
Is 4 when the generation switched from NES to Super Nintendo?
I think so. I'm pretty sure
I think it did.
Well,
No, because they had that whole like weird US and
that
like
was the thing. It was that was the problem. Is like so Final Fantasy 3 in the US is actually
6?
6?
Yeah, then they were off by 3.
6. So 4 and 5 did not make it, but I want to say 4 and 5 were on Super Nintendo in Japan.
Okay.
I want to say yes. I want to say they were.
I used to know that. I don't know.
I know. I'm trying to remember exactly. I'm trying to remember
I don't
too.
know Final Fantasy math.
So yeah, but Final Fantasy 3 was 6 in the US
Right.
when it was first released.
it's like Bart knowing the Rockies for Roman numerals.
Adrian's Revenge.
Yeah. So 4. So I'll get through the rest of them because everyone I still to this day, for being a huge Final Fantasy fan, have never gone through 6.
That
And
is
everyone
like
says
people's like
6
favorite.
That's the one that's like pretty commonly people say that's the best one.
Exactly. So that's why I am I'm still going in order, but I'm super excited to eventually get to 6, and also I'm excited to get through 4, to go through 4 because 4 is fantastic, and I hear the 3D the 3D version is pretty true, but left out some fun good stuff. So I'm excited to get to the 2D stuff, and then 5 is I hear it's one of those oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? What would you what would you call Boba Hotep and stuff like those kind of Boondock Saints?
Oh, like pulpy.
Cult classics.
Oh, cult
There you
classics,
go.
okay.
I guess Final Fantasy V is more like a cult classic aspect. So I'm curious to see what that's all about because I've actually never played 5 either. So I'm excited to get into all of those.
I got you.
And then so this is shameful. This last one is shameful because I have to give into every goddamn hype. We all know this.
All right,
I have a problem.
Hit me with this one because I
have a problem.
I don't understand why you were ashamed about the last one.
Okay.
Go-
Legend of Zelda.
Oh
Tears
my god!
of the Kingdom.
Whoa.
So we were not. We said last time we were probably not going to cover this.
Cut this out. Cut this out. Edit.
All right. Again, I'm just gonna assume there's new people here. None of us liked Breath of the Wild.
No.
We are probably the only podcast in the universe where all 3 of us don't like it.
No.
A lot of there are plenty of opinions online. It's like a 7 or an 8.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of that out there, but we did not like Breath of the Wild.
No.
So I don't even have time for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
But apparently
my
Steak
God.
does.
Oh my god, this game is incredible. It has so many issues, but it's incredible.
You're fired.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I told you, I am so shameful. For
How
this.
We have one rule here.
I know.
How far are you into it?
So, not far, but
Okay.
I've done so much.
Okay.
I'm not far in terms of the story. I'm not far, but I've done so much.
How many hours?
my thing just switched over to the 20 or more.
Okay.
So I've definitely put in at least 20 hours already
All
into
right.
this now. I have not completed.
How much of that time have you spent dealing with broken weapons?
Very rarely.
They changed it.
Very rarely. They break. They still break.
They break, but you can like
But now
grab
you
a
can-
rock and fuse it to
Yes.
your thing, and now you have a new sword. As opposed to back in the like in my main problem with Breath of the Wild was like I'm going out on this venture and I'm like avoiding fighting because I don't want to use my weapons. Then I get to the guy I'm trying to get to, and all I have left is a leaf.
Yeah,
And I'm like, well, I hope
Right, tickle him.
right.
Yeah, I'm gonna tickle. Are you allergic?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Right,
I
exactly.
got nothing.
Yes,
So like,
yes.
but this one, I said,
The fuse is very nice.
The fuse is like the thing that's like.
It helps it. It helps.
It's
It's not
diff-
as
yeah, it's
it's
not-
not as brutal.
Yes, exactly. Like I'm not just in the lurch. If I'm
Yeah.
if I'm just out and about adventuring and I come across something, I'm not just screwed because I don't have a weapon.
Yes, absolutely. And then attaching stuff to your arrows is very nice. Attaching bombs to my arrows have helped me very much. I've taken on some big enemies already in the world that in the Breath of the Wild I never could without getting my ass whooped.
Yeah.
So that stuff's nice. And then one of the things I hate the most about games and usually in general is crafting. But man, putting stuff together to figure out puzzles is amazing in this game. Like every puzzle, so every time you go into a shrine, there's a clear cut way of how they want you. There's a pretty much clear cut how they want you to complete this. Yeah, there's 50 million fucking ways you can complete a shrine though. That's what's cool. So I just finished one where there's a huge. So I just got this new one where you put the hydrogen down. Hydrogen goes into the water to help create bricks, so you can step on them.
Okay.
And use them, and then you can. But it's great because when you grab them, then they're just a brick. So they don't disintegrate or anything like that. And you can also fuse them to your weapons, which is awesome too. So I was in this hallway where the lava's coming this way, but the exit's that way. And it's a long path. So there's probably a better way to do this, but the only way I figured it out was all right. I built some bricks. Started making a bridge, add the hydrant at the end, just kept extending that bridge all the way. Took me probably 10 minutes to do it to get to the end, but I did it. There's probably a way that there's probably something I could have done where I could have completed it probably in a minute, but I still was able to finish it.
Yeah.
And then there's areas that I'm where there's surrounding by spikes. Ha! I just go grab some boards, throw them on top of the spikes, and I crawl right on it. And it's crazy in that aspect. And the fact that while you're doing all of this, the game doesn't break. It's insane. So when I talk about some technical stuff that this game has is frame rate issues. When you're using the hand to grab these items and stuff
Yeah.
like that, there's times it's pokey and it's bad, really bad. But after that, once you grab what you need to grab and attach it and you get out of that, it's back to running very smooth and everything like that. And but just the fact that this game lets you do so much crazy shit like that, and you can figure out and do stuff like that all you want, and the game doesn't break or glitch out or anything like that is super impressive. And I saw something on Twitter where I think someone they said, I think there's basically they were saying that this game has actually been done for a year.
Yeah, the producer said that.
Yeah, and then they spent the past year just QAing the hell out of it. There you go. Well, here's our perfect example from what we were talking about before. And this is Zelda we're talking about.
I don't think there's a whole lot of franchises you're going to find in the world that have the goodwill that Zelda has to
fair.
do something like that.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's one of those. There's not a lot of IPs out there where the publisher, the parent companies would be like, you know what, take as long as you need.
Right. No, that's fair. But yeah. So yeah, that's my.
I think Nintendo with Zelda and Mario would absolutely do that every time.
That's true.
You need a year of QA, take a year of QA.
Look, it's been so long since Odyssey. I mean, it's been so long since Odyssey.
I was literally just thinking that. I was like, God damn, I want a new
And
Mario.
we still don't have a new Mario. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta wait for the Switch too.
I will say this: the Tears of the Kingdom is I'm probably never gonna end up getting it because I'm just never gonna have enough time to dedicate into it
because I can spoil it as I play it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, am I getting caught up in the hype too? Have I maybe on it? You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
I've thought about it,
Yeah.
but I haven't actually. Well, in mind what you're playing, I'll talk about that in a minute. There's we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, it's just like it seems like it did some of the stuff that like bothered me so much about Breath of the Wild that it looks like it's taking care of some of those things.
I don't feel held back by the way Breath of the Wild I maybe feel too.
Yeah,
like in terms of some of the stuff, like
it was threefold. It was the weapons.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, I have all these materials, and then you gotta cook to do things.
Yeah.
And then, but I have like no recipes, and so I'm just like throwing shit together, and half times like, oh, it did nothing, and then you wasted that material.
I only out of all the stuff that I've collected, like again, it's kind of a similar thing with that, but I think there's only been one time, and I kind of figured that was gonna. It was really one time something didn't work out, and I kind of figured that was gonna happen because of the mission I was kind of on. I was like, oh well, what? Well, why didn't they just do this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh well, that's why. Okay. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, okay, now I understand why cooking that did not work for that, and that's why we have to go find something else. I get it.
And like getting to the point where I could even feel the point, feeling like I could even get to the point where I could fight a divine beast in Breath of the Wild. I was just like, I played Breath of the Wild for like 20 hours. I was just like, I'm done. And I felt like I was another 40 hours away before I could even approach one of those things because of just like I felt like I was just wandering around doing nothing.
Yeah.
So like I honestly, so like that's, but it feels like the points are very different. There's more to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. No. Like I've hit like I said, like I've hit about the nearly about the 20-hour mark now, and I want to keep playing. I want to keep going. So it's we'll see what happens, but right now it's got my hook. It's hooks in me. Yep.
Goodness gracious! Didn't think we'd be here.
I told you I
drove out here for this shit.
I told you.
That's it though. That's it though, right?
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's plenty.
Yeah, that's plenty.
All right. Which playing?
Nothing new.
Oh no!
Some more Rainbow Six. Played a bunch of Madden. The NFL,
Why?
Because the NFL draft happened, and that got me back into football.
Fair enough.
Plus, I was able to take the Bears and make Mike's dreams come true and draft Bijan Robinson.
Ooh,
who
nice.
Wasn't so good. Wasn't so good the first year. Second year, he's a stud.
That feels about right.
Outside of that, I bought a Borderlands 2 strategy guide at the bookstore today for $3.
Nice.
It was there. It was $3. And
why not?
That's in the conversation for probably my top favorite game ever.
Yeah,
So
I was at Half Price Books, and they had
that's where I was.
because they have all kinds of shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's also where I found Tony versus Baseball for Sega Genesis.
Nice.
But I was there. I went. They have a little clearance section. I was kind of checking it out of curiosity.
That's where I got the book.
And they didn't have the full like PC box, but just like the 5 CDs of Riven. And they're all like each one has its own individual sleeve. I'm like, and it was like $3. I'm like, you're coming home. You're coming home with me.
So Half Price Books is right next to where my kid does his guitar lessons, and
Nice.
He had that today. So I was going there, and I make a beeline right for the video game section, and there's never anything new there. So I was putzing around the bookstore more. I'm like, clearance section. Let's see what they have here. Maybe they got some wrestling books for the kid or something. And I saw a shelf that had some video game strategy guides. I'm like, oh, what do you got here? Because they have those over in the video game section too, but there's never any that catch my attention. And I saw it, and there's a thick. What the fuck's it? Borderlands 2. It's in decent condition. It's $3. I'm like, I gotta have this just to throw it on the bookshelf.
Yeah,
nice.
What the hell with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. That's that.
Cool.
Awesome. I don't feel bad now.
I told you I was gonna make up for however much time you took.
I don't have a ton either. I'm still futzing around with WWE 2K23. The universe mode is still kind of janked up. Last time I checked, like the new rivalry system didn't work. Like it just. So I mean, it does the thing.
Yeah.
Like it tells the story that you want to tell, and it does some really cool stuff. Like and it's like if it's not just like this person fights this person and things happen. Like I can do it where like, all right, I'm gonna. Do a run in, or I'm going to, beat up this guy's partner in the back while you can do all kinds of stuff, right? So that all works, and the rivalry meter moves. But when you get to the premium live event, and you have a rivalry set up, it'll be like, all right, it'll get like an ending action. So like, say I'm doing like a title fight, and if the guy retains the title, the feud's over. But but I can do that, or if the other guy wins, I can continue the feud going, so they're still fighting over that belt. None of those ever work. Like the feuds never, the rivalries never end. From last time I checked, it just doesn't work. It seems significantly more stable with creative players. Cause I downloaded some like AEW guys and threw them in there too, and that all works.
Nice.
The stables and tag teams are still jacked up. So like if you go to the normal like stable and tag team menu, they have like, just for like example, they have like the Bloodline and they have the Usos. But when you go into universe mode, they just have the tag teams. Like all the stables are gone.
Oh, okay.
So they just have the Usos. So there's no Bloodline in there whatsoever. So you have to like make them yourself or edit it wherever it is to make it all work.
Okay.
They're predicting the future.
Yeah. I'm not even getting into that. But so like there's like just little things like that. I started messing with the create an entrance. That is completely broken.
Oh.
Like, I put because you can set up like you basically have 5 different slots. Like, like when you first show up, you walk down the ramp, you're walk to the ring, the entrance into the ring, and then what happens in the ring. Essentially, is like your 5 pieces, and you can like put together any like from all the different entrances. Like you can put them all together. But you can also change like the light show. You can change the fireworks. You can change the Titantrons and what shows and blah, blah, blah. So like I was messing around with it and I put fireworks in and the fireworks sound was happening, but then there was no fireworks. And then where there were supposed to be fireworks, there were fireworks, but no sound. I did something with the lighting. Like they would change when something would happen. Never happens. Like in the creator entrance, it shows.
Yeah.
But when I put it in the actual event, nothing. Like nothing happens. So the guy makes a motion, and then like nothing happens.
Jesus.
So like just little stuff like that. Like if you're just doing like the basic stuff, like if I pick someone's like full motion, that all seems to be fine.
Okay.
But if you're doing like the piecemeal stuff, like sometimes the stuff just disappears. But like I can't. They have like the top menu and the bottom like timeline, so you can watch like you can put on the different like light shows like stuff like that.
No, that's disappointing.
It doesn't work yet, and like they just patched it not that long ago. I mean, they basically patch it every single time a DLC comes out,
right? And
the second DLC just came out.
Okay.
And I guess it's supposed to. I guess the third one, when the third DLC comes out next month, that's supposed to be a big. Some new moves are going to be in there, like new types of moves.
Oh, cool.
So I'm thinking they have some high flyers in there, and I guess one of the game directors talked about having this where, like, you can use a finisher, and like if you get like some people outside the ring, like 2 or 3 people, like set up an event where you dive on all 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Which is something you can't do, which happens all the time in wrestling. Which is like half of AEW is people jumping out of shit onto a bunch of people.
Right.
So like I would like if that is what it is, that would be really neat. Or just like, I'm gonna jump off the top of the cage onto 3 or 4 people, or just like who the hell knows what they're gonna do. But that can be the only like new move set I can even think of, because it's not a new move, it's a new type of move that they haven't used yet. So what the hell will that be?
Well, hopefully the AEW game will have that.
Oh my god!
Along with all that blood.
Oh my
god! You see
It's
that
a
blood?
murder scene.
That was awesome.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, it's here.
Yeah.
I love that tweet.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that game comes out in a month now. They just announced it. And they don't even have
June 29th.
They don't even have the roster out yet. Like, can we get the roster?
They had a live stream, I think, today with a couple of the wrestlers playing the game. Actually, so you can see gameplay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I need to see more gameplay.
Again, I don't give a shit what it looks like. I just need to know how it plays.
Yeah,
It's like I know
agree.
it doesn't look.
No, here's the thing.
Amazing, but
now I'm getting like conflicting information, because for the whole time this thing's been in development, like it's a throwback to the old games, but they've always quoted SmackDown Here Comes the Pain as the game they're targeting. Now they keep saying they're targeting the AKI games, Aki, whatever. And from what I can see watching gameplay, it looks like that. So which fucking one is it? That makes a huge difference to me.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's more like that, because when you look at it too, like the special pops up like it used to.
Right.
Oh yeah,
like
right,
that.
exactly.
If it's SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, whatever. If it's the Aki games, I'll go out and fucking buy it without seeing anything else.
Yeah.
It can look like a piece of turd, and I will.
I still enjoy playing No Mercy, which is N64 graphics.
Right.
So yeah, so WWE still has some weirdness, and like I'm getting like deep into it. Like I'm not like meaning to, but it's just like there's a couple guys I follow on YouTube that are like really into it, so like, I find myself really into it.
Nice.
And they're talking about like every single time like an update happens, like Hulk Hogan's mustache gets fucked up. Like it's really weird.
Good.
It's really really weird.
Good.
That's funny.
And then the bloodline entrance doesn't work again. Like it's all it's just a weird shit like that. It's
That's
just
so
like
weird.
so it's like again, does it run better than last year's? Yes. Does it feel like when you're going through the menu like it's gonna just like fall apart if you move a little bit too quickly? No, it doesn't do. I mean, there's a lot of things that's improved on, but like it needs a little tweak here and there. I finished the longest playthrough of Resident Evil 4 of all time. I literally just finished it within the last like 3-4 days.
I've been seeing you on that for a while.
Was there a single corner that was not looked into by
It's
you?
not only. I mean, I think my final clock was like in the 19 or 20 hour range. And that game should be closer to 14. But that's just
That's
how.
not bad. That's not that much.
That is how
more.
I play games
Yeah, I was
though
gonna
too.
say,
Like I
that's
said,
not
I'm crawling around
terrible.
corners. I'm spending way too much time in the shooting gallery. Just like dumb shit like that. But also like I was playing it like almost less than a chapter at a time, and each chapter is like about an hour.
Yeah.
So like it took me into 16 chapters, so it took me more than 16 sit downs to
Yeah.
finish, and it shouldn't have taken me that long. It was just that's what time I've had recently to play games.
Life
That's what that's what I was talking about. It's just like I don't have a lot to talk about either because like I don't even have time for Tears of the Kingdom. Like, one of my top 2 favorite games of all time just got remade, and it took me like a month to finish it. You know what I mean? So like that's just how it goes. That all being said, like original, I mean, it's still great. It's still, I mean, it definitely holds up. The new mechanics are really fun. I find myself pointing the gun and not moving still. Like I'm still in the mode of just like I'm gonna. Here's my line. Like I am going to stand here and none shall pass. You know, and I feel like that's how I still playing that game. Like wait a second, I can strafe. You know, I can move. I can move back a little bit. It's gorgeous. I like the environments, the lighting. The RE engine is out of hand. How good they make those games look.
And it runs so good.
Oh
too.
my
God!
God.
It's incredible that RE engine. It's incredible.
It is a beautiful thing.
Use it for everything. Everything. Which actually we'll get into later.
Make the new Frostbite. But yeah, I mean it feels great. It plays great. I did not remember the entirety of the last third of that game. I remembered a lot. I remembered the village. I remembered the castle.
Right.
I was like,
There's more?
what is this Island Outpost thing? I don't remember this at all. Yeah, I totally forgot that. Like almost in its entirety. A couple of stupid gripes, and this like I think this could be because my PlayStation 5 internet thing is still like kind of fucked up. Like I need to.
I've been having issues lately. With
I need
mine
to.
too.
I literally need to like when I boot up my PlayStation 5, I need to go and do a test connection on the internet.
Yep.
And then everything's fine.
Yep.
But if I don't do that, like I can't. I go over to like PlayStation Plus, and it's just like,
Nothing.
can't do it right now. I go over to the store, can't do it right now.
Mine's been doing the same thing the last week. It's driving me up the fucking wall.
So I like pre-ordered Resident Evil 4, and like none of the bonuses show up. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I never even got the pre-order bonuses. I didn't even fight it. It's like whatever. But like I bought the deluxe version of it, and like that stuff I wanted.
Yeah.
And it just didn't download with the game. So I had to like go back in. I'm like 4 or 5 chapters in.
Really?
So I'm just like, wait a second. I should have a better map than this.
I want my ammo.
Yeah. Wait a second. So I'm completely oblivious to it because I said like the day of launch was the day we went to Canada.
Right.
So like it was one of those things too. So like long story short, so like I finally get it. It's like yeah, it's like oh man, I've missed so much treasure. This is some shit. So just like dumb stuff like that. And I'm like, why wouldn't this all just download? Right? I got the deluxe edition. Download the deluxe stuff
because the PlayStation Store is still dog shit.
It really is.
It really is. It's awful.
But yeah, I mean,
the store and delivery system.
I mean, the few things that they changed, I thought were changed for the better. Like in there, I need to leave some stuff out. But like I said, I didn't remember like a big chunk of that game.
It's been out for so long now.
It's been so. I mean, I played it when it first came out on the GameCube. I don't think I've really played it through since.
It's been released as much as Skyrim.
Dude,
Nothing's been released. Skyrim.
One of the many things I regret selling is when I got this is like before like special editions were a thing. I bought the special edition of Resident Evil 4 when it came out.
With the steelbook,
the big red steelbook thing.
I did too.
Fuck.
I got rid of it. I know. I should have kept it, but yeah, I did too.
How much does that go for these days?
Let's not talk about that.
I don't want to talk about my entirety of my GameCube collection that I'm rebuilding. so I follow this guy. I again YouTube guy, Retro Rick, funny guy. He used to just like do like retro videos, and then he bought a video game store, and like they're following his like
nice.
path of like owning it.
Nice.
It's really neat stuff. Recently, they went back and looked at like his buddies, like their first video from like 10 years ago, and they were at a swap meet, and it was like 2 for $5 GameCube games. Are like nah. And it's like Mario Sunshine, and like it was 70. Like they're like, how much for this? It was like the ice blue clear Nintendo 64, and it's like $30. Like nah, that's like $170 right now, and they're like they left like thousands of dollars on the table in their first video alone.
Dude, I think about when I used to work at GameStop. The stuff, like I remember when we were trying to get rid of all the PS1 stuff.
Oh my!
Some of the PS1 stuff we had and the prices we had.
I know.
At the time, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty decent," but no, I'm here making $650.
Yeah, right.
I can't do that. And I'm like, man, but nowadays I'm like, man, I should have had a credit card. I should have loaded that shit up because I would have been making bank nowadays.
It is
a lot of
crazy.
shit I saw. It's unbelievable.
It is crazy right now.
I know.
And they had this table like at the swap meet. They had this table, and it was just full of NES games.
Oh
and
my
the other one that was
God.
full of Super Nintendo games. And you can't even find that stuff anymore.
No.
Anyway, yeah, Resident Evil 4 is good. The last thing I played, I started Burning Shores.
Horizon.
Fuck, I totally forgot that even came out.
Burning Shores. Yeah, I got another thing I pre-ordered. I was like, oh yeah, I do have this. Too.
Yeah.
Took me before I jumped into it, because you do like you go in and like you get it's really kind of surreal. So like I booted up the game. It was right where I left off, obviously. Then I get a ping on my focus from Silence. Again, Lance Reddick, who just passed away like a month ago, and it's his voice like pointing. I was like, oh man, like it's like he's the one who sends you off on this new journey to the Burning Shores. So I was like, that sucks. But before I did all that stuff, I was like, all right, I need to remember how to play this game. So I spent about like an hour kind of just like doing like look at the map, like all right, I can get these metal flowers, I can do this, I can do like some things.
So
I forced a couple conflicts so I can get used to it. So then I got into the roll of it, and then went off to the Burning Shores. So I mean, I'm probably 3-ish hours into it at this point. I finished. Of course, I jumped into a side mission immediately. I didn't do any. It's the same way I played regular Horizon. I was like, I'm going to avoid the main quest for as long as possible. I'm gonna fly around now because I got my flying thing. I'm gonna go everywhere.
Piece of candy. What's over here?
Exactly. What's that? Oh, a question mark.
Shiny.
What's this question mark?
Ooh, Las Vegas.
Yeah. So like I've been doing a lot of that, and you have like when you start off there, you meet a new character that I can't remember, Syra, something like that.
Satan.
Yeah, and she has a boat. Like a motorboat, a skiff is what they call it. So and that's another new mode of transportation, which is kind of just something different. A lot of water in this, so you can do a lot of like the diving and hunting around in there, which is neat. The story so far is like one of like the I don't even want to, I think if I even mention, I think it probably spoils something from Forbidden West, so I won't. But like, there's one more thing you got to go do, like one more person from this group that has like splintered off that you gotta go find, and he's in this new and he's possibly in this new section, and it like feels very very Elon Musky. This guy is like the guy you're trying to hunt down. Is just like, oh, he is trying to go to space. He's a douche billionaire. So it felt very much like they're trying to riff on that whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just like kind of like the same thing I thought about Forbidden West. It just feels like more Horizon, which I do welcome. I mean, I'm getting new outfits, new weapons. Came across a couple new, Robo Dinos. This big frog guy who is a pain in the ass. Nice. He likes, and he's always surrounded by these little like robot flies that like, and they like, they're like little drones that like come and get you. They're pretty easy to kill, but they're annoying. Yeah. But he can like, he'll use his tongue to like eat them like a frog, and then it becomes like a bomb, like it's a whole thing.
Nice.
So yeah, a couple new ones that are really kind of neat. Different bird, looks like more like a pelican. Those guys are actually kind of tough. Because there's always like 3 or 4 of them. And the bird ones are always kind of tough in that game to begin with, and there's like 3 or 4 of them, and their attack pattern is very different than the other ones, so I had to like kind of learn that. But yeah, like I said, I got this side mission immediately, which opened up like I got something new, but I should have. if you play Burning Shores, do the first main mission first. Just trust me and do it, and then it opens up something that helps you like move around, which is makes life significantly easier. So the side quest's not going anywhere. But yeah, it's just honestly it's more Horizon. So if you like Horizon, play Burning Shores. I guess is the moral of that story.
Nice.
I do like Horizon. I just have a problem with how long it takes for these DLCs to come out after the main game comes out.
Yeah, and like it's
Like I was talking about the other night, but like all these games that have DLC that you can pre-order with the game when you buy it, and they come out, 9 months, a year later.
I know.
It's
I know.
like I've spent my time with that game. I've put it down. I've moved on to something else. Like you said, I'm gonna have to relearn the fucking controls. I'm gonna have to
That's the
relearn.
hard part.
I'm gonna have to
I know.
relearn like what my flow was in battle because everyone does it in those games. Like you have a certain way you fight, certain weapons you go to, and like you have to relearn what you spent 30 hours learning.
30.
40, 50, whatever.
Like, yeah, I was like,
I
I do have a grappling hook. Like,
well, that's the thing in Horizon. I mean, good example with Horizon is like those controls are not very straightforward either. Like, you know what I mean? That, like you said, you needed that hour to like get yourself. It was kind of like when I jumped back into Star Wars. I was like, okay, I need to sit down and refigure this. I'm going to die a few more times, and that's okay.
Yeah,
because I need to just figure out again what I'm supposed to be doing, and like that's I mean, it's crazy. Like it's just, and then with the DLC. Because like I finally picked up that the Lost Judgment DLC.
Oh yeah,
with the Kaido things, and I finally I did load it before like all this other stuff came out. I did load it up. Man, it was like I was like, wait, what am I doing? Like I was like, what am I doing? Like because it doesn't like that doesn't carry yourself either. Like it's like, oh no, you played Lost Judgment. Here you go.
Yeah, right.
It was like the same thing.
Yeah, I mean I don't know exactly. I would imagine like if you bought Forbidden West right now and Burning Shores at the same time, I don't think you would be able to play Burning Shores until you finish the main quest of Forbidden West. I can't fathom how that would work otherwise.
It's actually the opposite with Zero Dawn, because that what was the DLC called for that? Frozen Wilds.
Yeah.
Frozen Wilds, because I remember I started because I got that they gave us the Game of the Year version on PlayStation Plus for free when I was playing it, and I saw the markings for all that DLC stuff, so I could, if I wanted to, I'm almost positive, unless like there was something that I didn't, like a barrier, I didn't know about. It looked like I could just go straight there and start doing that stuff if I wanted to.
Yeah, I said just based on, again, I don't know that for sure. I mean, I was like, I platinum that game, so I don't know, but it feels like you would have to finish the main quest. Like I don't know how. I have no way I could even think that would work otherwise.
Especially if it like picks up like and you're doing something that pertained to that story, I would think they would not want you to just jump in.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like,
I think it has to.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's more Horizon, and you have some new Robo Dinos and some. I haven't found a new weapon class yet. I've found almost everything that you find in this new world too is basically all of it is legendary. Like it's all the orange. Almost all of it is. You can get epic and legendary. I've not found any other else. Because it's all those things. You have a new how you had the glowstone, that green stone you could find. You have an orange version of that, which is like the main thing that you can find there. There doesn't seem to be as many. Because it's basically like one. The map is like basically like how they had like the different sections in Forbidden West, where they had like you talk about Vegas, and they had like the
Quabity.
Whatever, the one in the far west. Those guys, like they had like different sections. This feels like one section of all those sections that they put together. So like there isn't a ton of like if you need to get like a certain part, like you got like one place to go. You know what I mean? It's not like you're not going to come across a bunch. You don't have like 2 or 3 options. Like you got to get on your bird and go to that one place. But yeah, that's kind of my only real gripe with it so far. But honestly, like I don't feel like anyone's talking about this thing. Like it came out.
No, you said when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, that came out.
Yeah, right.
Like,
That's
seriously,
what
I forgot it came out. Hardly people talked about it for like a day, and that was it.
Yeah, so far it hasn't done anything really remarkable. So, again, I'm like 3-ish hours in at this point, and most of it is me wandering around because that's what I do. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Burning Shores still TPD. If it's worth your time and money.
Just give me a complete game.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes me excited for like Final Fantasy 16 coming out. They already said we have no DLC planned.
Yeah, that's cool.
Game's gonna be the game.
And like
I'm okay with
when you talk because you were trying to finish Zero Dawn before Forbidden West came out,
Yeah.
and you asked me like, is the Frozen Wilds like as important? I'm like, probably not. I was way wrong about that. Like there's like you would have missed like how like this whole like enemy works. Like if you didn't how the purple enemies work if you didn't do that at all. So this feels like it's going to be important.
Yeah.
I imagine it's going to be because again they're already referring to things that happen at the end of the game, and like the implications on the greater world. So like I can't fathom it's not going to be somewhat important.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. All right, that's all I've been playing. So earlier today, with a week-long build-up, because he announced this over a week ago.
Yeah, it was a week.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
It's mighty kind of them to give us a week's notice.
For the Sony 2023.
it was kind of nice.
It was very nice.
It let people go batshit crazy for a week.
Yeah, over an hour. Okay. So, yeah, it's over an hour. This felt like this was going to be a thing. I text you guys. So I jumped into the YouTube live, or the YouTube, the live stream of it, 54 minutes early, just to be like, what's going on in here? 'Cause I thought they maybe have some fun music or some graphics. No, they just have like the coming soon thing.
Yeah.
But when I was there, it was 54 minutes early, and there were 54,000 people already in the fucking thing at that point. By the time it started, it was almost half a million people were almost on the English speaking YouTube version, and that was it. Obviously, they have all different countries and different languages, and subtitled and whatever. So I told you guys, like, man, the hype is real for this one. Like, I felt, it was one of those things. I try to keep level headed about this kind of stuff. Who knows, right? But showcase usually means something different.
I was gonna say this is usually means a big fucking deal.
You keep a level head. Some people go out and buy Tears of the Kingdom.
Well,
God damn it!
to each your own.
I shouldn't have talked about it.
We would have found out eventually.
I should have waited till I finished it.
Yeah. 3 years from now, guys, I've been
Hey,
playing
guys,
Tears of the Kingdom
guys.
for 3 years.
It took me 200 hours, but I finished Tears of the Kingdom.
When did you do this at launch?
So, I don't like, we talk about hype mongering and expectation mongering and things like that.
Train.
So, like, I try not to get in, but, like, when the stars are aligning it's a Sony showcase, not a state of play. Even a week notice. It's over an hour.
Yes.
It's got to be chock full of just amazing first-party titles, right?
Yeah.
And exclusives,
First party,
right?
big ass shit, big ass games.
Yeah.
Like we're talking giant games.
Or, like, third-party exclusives.
that, right? Stuff like that. Hands down, all of that.
And we didn't get that.
We get anything. We got one game
We got one game that we already knew about.
that we already knew about.
We got 12 games.
That we didn't get more info on really that we were hoping for.
Right. We're talking about Spider-Man 2, which is like, oh, it looks awesome? Awesome. I assume it looked awesome.
Wow, it looks like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, I'll wait
We'll
to speak on that later.
We'll do the run. We'll do a rundown here in a minute. But, like, if you take Spider-Man 2 out of this thing,
oh my god, this is awful.
it's a shitty state of play.
Yeah.
Not even like, we're not even talking about showcase anymore. We're talking like a shitty state of play. Yeah. And I had two. Okay, you had a Simpsons quote earlier. I had two Simpsons thoughts at the end of this. First off, like right when it ended, like when Krusty couldn't show Itchy and Scratchy anymore, and they had that weird like Ukrainian version that showed up. And they came and it was like this weird artsy fartsy cat and mouse thing that no one understood.
That was so good.
And they go back to Krusty and he's smoking a cigarette and he goes, "What the hell was that?" Yeah. That's what I thought. I was crushed in that moment, being like, "What the hell was this?"
How much of the black screen at the end did you watch?
A lot. I watched
yeah.
The whole thing. The whole thing.
Until it cut off.
Gone. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then so like everyone's talking about like this is gonna be the best year for gaming in history, right? Like, but
people say that every fucking year.
But I mean, follow me here. So, like, people really like Jedi Survivor. Tears of the Kingdom is like this huge thing. Diablo 4 is coming out, and people are head over heels for that. Spider-Man 2. I'm missing another huge one here.
Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6. Thank you.
Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh
my god, it looks so good.
People love Dead Space. Resident Evil 4. I mean, but like,
a lot of big stuff.
I feel like I'm missing another big one here.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 16 is another one. People are really hype on that after like the previews.
Starfield.
Starfield is what I was thinking of. Thank you. So like, but like half those games I don't care about.
Sure.
Most of those games.
Which is like fine. You know, I'm not saying it because I don't care about it as bad. I'm saying it doesn't hype me up. Then I watch this thing. I'm like, I don't give a shit about most of these things. So I had that again. My second Simpsons like quote was just like, when Skinner, Principal Skinner was just like, "Am I wrong? Am I out of touch?" No, the children are wrong. That's exactly what I thought about this. So like, no, I'm not wrong about this. This is garbage.
No.
Because I'd be yelling right now.
Settle down.
Yeah, I'd be yelling right now if there wasn't a young child in this house.
Oh no, you're fine.
Within the range of my yelling voice. So I'm gonna let him sleep.
No, it's fine.
But
our voices barely travel upstairs. They barely do.
I felt
Sounds like a challenge.
like we're gonna talk a lot about.
I pumped that volume.
We're gonna talk a lot about live service games here.
Yeah.
And like so, and then the report that came out recently, like within the last like 24 hours, 48 hours, where like 60% of Sony's like production budget is going to live service games.
Yeah.
Insert what fart noise?
So I mean, like, why are they chasing a trend from
That's
the launch of PlayStation 4?
Oh yeah. And
Like-
it's dying hard right now.
How many different live service games have died in the last 6
Get
months?
ready for the next wave. You know what it's going to be? Battle Royale games.
I was just like, I can't fathom. Like Sony.
Most of those are dying too.
I know.
That
was a joke.
I think Fortnite's like the only one that's like
It's-
still. Even that you don't hear about as much.
Okay, the live service games that are working that are alive and well are Fortnite, that you're not going to beat, Call of Duty, which you're not going to beat, Rocket League, which is still doing well.
Rocket League's doing very well still. Yeah.
Fall Guys is still in the ether. They're still putting out
It's
seasons.
there.
It's still alive. They're still putting out seasons,
Yeah.
and people are still buying things.
True.
Yeah,
That's about it.
am I missing something? I mean, sports games and
I was
stuff
going to say,
like that,
unless you
like-
want to count, like,
I mean-
Madden Ultimate Team, FIFA
Right,
Ultimate
right,
Team, that
yeah,
kind
So
of
like,
thing.
But and all
I
that.
would. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
But again, are you going to beat those?
Well, no, yeah, right, exactly.
No. Apex Legends? No.
You don't
Sort
hear
of
about that.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
Apex
I
Legends.
was
Still
saying, you
do-
don't hear about that anymore.
Apex is still doing all right. They just put out a new season.
How about they just mothball that and,
Like Titanfall 3?
yeah, exactly.
I can get behind Titanfall 3.
I like Apex. Apex is a good time. But what I'm saying, so this is like, you built an identity on having these like critically acclaimed, financially successful, huge first party boutique level games. We talked about this before. We talked about like how PlayStation is going to be like the boutique system, right? But now, instead of doing that, we're going to chase a trend and appeal to the lowest common denominator, and hopefully out of these, I don't know, what do you say, like 14 games are in development right now?
Yeah.
Hopefully 2 of them hit.
Yeah.
And hopefully the rest of them aren't get canceled within the first calendar year of them being out.
I was just going to
How
say.
did Destruction All-Stars go out for them? They never remember Destruction All-Stars?
No.
You got that shit for free on the PlayStation 5.
And I never played it.
And I never played it. No, neither did I. Already shut down. The studio closed.
Yeah.
They lost Twisted Metal. That's how bad it was.
That makes me mad. I want my Twisted Metal back.
We got the TV. We got the TV show coming up.
It actually looks fun.
It
looks fun. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly,
It looks fun. Is meeting my expectations.
yes,
Like
100%.
It's really all you can hope for. Too.
Because it's probably gonna be trash.
No,
But
whatever.
If I could at least get a couple episodes of Sweet Tooth going batshit crazy, I'm good.
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Most of these, most of these games are gonna be dead within 8 months of releasing.
And like, okay,
Like, what's the point? Though going through all that development time and all that bullshit.
and you have like these are new studios.
I know.
Brand new
That's-
studios
It's ridiculous.
are chasing a trend. I mean, if that's what they wanted to make, God bless them. But at some point, you would think somebody would be like, how many of these we have in development? 12? 13?
Are you sure? Are you sure about this?
Can we rethink this? Let's try this again. Hey, how's everyone's really on board with the Suicide Squad one coming out soon, right? Oh shit, no one's on board with that. Everyone hates that idea. Rumbleverse. Hey, remember Rumbleverse? Dead. What was that? Knockout City. That was a hit.
Oh yeah.
People loved
2
that
weeks.
thing.
For 2 weeks, it was awesome. Yep. Done.
And that's what those are.
Done.
That's what these are. If you're not one of the big boys right now, PUBG barely exists. And they were huge.
Oh, yeah. I know.
They were like
I know.
they were on the razor's edge of this trend. And now they're kind of nowhere to be found.
Well,
And you think you're going to enter into that with like 4 of the same fucking game?
Well, and then you got Multiverse, which no one realized it was a beta when it was
Yeah.
pulled off the store.
How can they pull it off the store? Didn't they like sell stuff for that?
They sold a whole bunch of shit for it, as if it was an actual game.
Someone needs to call a fucking lawyer.
Yeah, this is going
It's
great.
coming back out next year.
In this episode, I harken back to my multiple-year-old rant of poor project management involving crunch and game development. Allow me to tap into another oldie but goodie here. Jim Ryan fucking sucks.
Oh my god, Jim Ryan's the fucking worst.
Can we talk? Okay.
Proven throughout this as well. Like,
Also, yeah. Okay.
should we dive in?
No, we're not yet. 'Cause I got a couple more things before we just to go on that point. They showed that new piece, that new like handheld thing.
Yeah.
At the event. We'll get into more of that too.
Yeah.
That's just what
Insert
the fuck
wet
is
fart
this
noise.
thing?
Oh, rough.
They look like
We
bad.
talked about that when it was rumored, and
I can't even speak about how dumb it looks.
It's so bad. It's so dumb.
Take off. Okay, how dumb it looks. Fine. All you can do with it is remote play inside your house over Wi-Fi. You can't even cloud play
Nope.
on this shit.
Nope. It has to be installed on your PS5.
You
Yeah.
would think that would be a great way to push that higher tier of PlayStation Plus,
Right.
To get that cloud play
Oh,
stuff.
they don't give a shit about Platinum.
And let's talk about.
Clearly.
I mean, they like money.
Did that thing look portable to you?
Not really.
No.
No, it's not portable. It's for inside the house.
Well, I mean, if I'm
Well,
in a hotel room, I can still remote play.
You can.
Yes.
Yes, you can. But
now
it's-
you can. Not with this thing. I don't think you can.
Why would I be able to? I'm not using the cloud for that. I'm going through normal internet.
yeah, it's using the remote play aspects. So,
So I imagine I could.
It's probably gonna work like shit, but yeah.
But I mean,
yeah.
That thing looked like you're gonna just throw it in a bag and take it with you somewhere.
No,
Or-
no, it's fucking huge.
Or I could just remote play on my Steam Deck and do a whole bunch of other shit too.
Or my fucking
my
phone.
phone.
That I already have.
Throw up the backbone on it, and bam! They just released the backbone
I think you've just released
They
a
just released the
PlayStation,
PlayStation backbone
Android one,
for the Android finally.
which I would have waited for if I knew that was coming. But that's fine. 'Cause I like
all
my
right.
backbone.
That's all right.
But I was like, and then can we talk about the pacing of this thing?
Oh my god!
I mean,
This was an hour and 10 minutes of just trailers and a little bit of Spider-Man gameplay at the end.
Yeah.
It was just trailers.
Oh, and the amount of
there was some other games that showed some gameplay, not
In the trailer!
not like in depth gameplay,
Well,
but there
right.
was some in there
some.
at least.
and the amount of either no dates or just years in this is insane. It's crazy.
Not once are we going to have a developer come on stage and be like, hey, or up
No,
on the screen being like, hey, this is what
No,
we're doing.
that was the one good thing about this. When they do these, I don't want to hear people talking. Just show me the fucking games.
But I learned nothing. Nothing. I had to go to like press releases and blog posts to find out details about this thing because he had an hour and 10 minutes of 3-minute videos.
In their defense, some of these details that you find in the blog posts are pretty poor. So it's kind of taking away from the hype of the game, as I will get into, in especially in one of these later. But no, I mean,
no, I'm not asking for like a developer documentary here. I'm
Right.
asking for like someone
not
talking.
unless that's what it is. Like how Xbox did that one time, and that was
Right,
great.
right.
'Cause that's what we knew that we were getting out of that, and I liked it because of that. It was focused, and that we knew that's kind of like what it was going to be. This aspect, I agree with Art, where it's like a showcase where it's like, yeah, I don't necessarily want the developer, but like kind of what Spider-Man did, I wouldn't have mind a couple more of those, like where it's like more like an extended gameplay showing, like especially for games that they have been announced, but we've seen barely shit from.
Right.
And
that I would take all day. I would take that all day.
But so the I can't even talk. The Sony first person, like the Sony first party studios, I know nothing new.
They're doing nothing. They're just sitting there, twiddling their thumbs. They're playing with their little PlayStation portables.
They're all testing it. Like, hey, Jim, this is some shit. But like,
Jim Ryan, everybody, Jim Ryan.
He showed up at the start. I wanted to punch my TV.
Oh my god, I can't stand him. I miss Sean Layden so much.
oh my god.
At least, like,
I
even
miss
if we
any
didn't-
of those Sony guys prior to him.
Even if we didn't agree with what was going on, at least Sean Layden was a likable dude, and like he makes you feel good. Like you said, Jim Ryan, I just want to punch in the face every time I see him.
Well, Sean Layden also gave you the impression too that like he played the games.
Well, right.
Jim Ryan gives you
Exactly.
the impression of he's a dude in a suit. That's it.
100%. He doesn't play shit. He doesn't know anything about any of this.
I know, but it's just me personally. I hated the format of it because I just felt like I felt like a YouTube playlist with and I just can't fathom how
With a couple motion
any of
graphics
the
thrown in there.
if any of the developers wanted to be like, okay, I want to put
know.
some details. No, you got to give us a 3-minute trailer.
This should have been broken up into multiple events. They could have taken all the artsy fartsy shit and done an indies showcase.
100%. 100%.
Don't get me wrong. There's a place for that stuff. There's an audience for that stuff. But
100%.
when you're
Not this.
you're hyping this up, this is our big E3 like showcase for the year. We haven't talked to you guys in what, a year since they've had like a big presentation.
Well,
No.
it was almost 2 years, 3 years.
No, they don't because they had one in almost fall.
Someone said it was like 700 and something days. I
could
saw
be-
on
I could be
Twitter.
wrong.
Like a showcase like this.
Yeah, I could be
They've
wrong.
had a few because they've done state of place throughout,
Right.
but like an actual showcase like this was like 700 and something days. So it was like 2 years.
The people who are, and granted that it's kind of their fault. There's that kind of hype around it. It's kind of not. They're not. I mean, break that off into something separate. There's people out there like Mike who love indies, who I'm sure would tune into that, and that you're setting those expectations appropriately. That we're
know
doing
what
an
we're
indie
getting on that,
showcase,
yes,
not
yes.
we're doing our PlayStation showcase, where you expect to see first party shit and new shit that you haven't seen before. Not
shit.
not new, not what, a dozen small indie games that are coming out.
and like 12 of their games are going to be on Xbox. The second their showcase ended, Xbox tweeted like, "Oh, these are also coming to Xbox."
I think
This much. You're like,
I think that was telling too, because well, not even once the showcase ended, like as the announcement came out, Xbox
Yeah.
was tweeting like,
right away.
Yeah.
Right away.
This will be available on
And they
Xbox
put that
too. This will be
big
available on
graphic
Xbox
at the
too.
end. All of these today are coming to Xbox.
and
I loved
like
it.
Alan Wake 2, big game on both. Metal Gear Solid Delta, which apparently what it's called, is going to be on both.
No,
Only
it-
one is Spider-Man, which obviously because it's a first-party game. But you know what? We knew Spider-Man 2 was coming along, and we knew it was going to be fun.
Yeah.
And like, what's Ben doing? What is the other? I mean, where's Wolverine? Where's the other Guerrilla Studio that we heard about?
What's Naughty Dog
Throughout-
up to?
What's Naughty Dog doing?
I'd like to know how many. I would love to know through the years we've been doing this. The past 150 episodes. How many times has Mike or I said, "What the fuck has Ben doing?"
Even
How many times have we? Because you saying that, I just get like a deja vu.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we have probably outside of that.
You were both very curious about what Ben's been up to for the last decade.
Out of that, we had that little span where we had Days Gone, so
Yeah.
we didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about that. But before that, and now the
how long is Days Gone came out? What, 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
It's It's got to be like what, 5 years? It
And
has
that
to
was
be
and
5
that was
years.
8 years before the previous game came
Yeah.
out, or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Where's Astrobot? What's he up to? They had a new VR unit. No Astrobot.
Dude.
4 years ago.
Let's dive into this because like I want to get into that VR
Ugh.
stuff because like
Let's get going. Otherwise, Mike's gonna keep going all night.
Last thing before we jump into this, I just want to say, like, listen, a lot of the stuff on here looks cool. There's a lot of things that I am gonna be hyped about.
Sure.
But the expectations,
It did not hit. It did
Not
hit
even
that.
close.
No. I agree. No, 100%. All right. So let's kick things off here.
it sucks. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna purchase a new website. It's JimRyanSucks.com.
I love it. Let's do it. All right. So first game, first trailer. I'm gonna be honest. When they first started playing it and talking about heists and stuff like that, I was like, GTA 6. Here we go. Finally.
How's it in Payday 3?
So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Fair games. Okay. This is one of their live service games
All right,
that's coming out.
What do you know about that game?
I don't know.
Fucking exactly is what I'm talking about.
Everything I know about it, I know from reading afterwards because I searched what the fuck the game was.
That's
Now, here's the
exactly
thing.
what I'm talking
I
about.
will tell you. So there's a couple of these that I saw post because it popped up. I didn't research most of this stuff after the fact. So yeah. So there you go.
So this is a first party studio.
No idea.
This is
No
Haven,
idea.
a brand new studio. It was like they made a
Do
big
heists. It's a crazy heist game. That's all
Yeah.
I know. That's about all I know from that trailer.
maybe.
Maybe.
So it's a brand new.
Even that though, because it's funny because like I said, when I saw that heist shit that was they were like advertising before they started like jumping
Yeah.
into gameplay stuff, I'm like, that made me think of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, but then like once they actually dove into the game, like not gameplay, but like the actual like game characters and all that kind of stuff, I was like, okay, well, first of all, clearly it's not Grand Theft Auto. And then after that was it.
Yeah.
After that was my last thought I had. This is not Grand Theft Auto. Fair games. Okay, cool. Next.
Yeah, the things I've learned were from like a blog post afterwards. But this is like, Jade Raymond's new studio, brand new first party studio that they made a big deal about acquiring, and you're not going to talking about it. You're just going to show like a trailer and go away.
Yeah.
I mean, it sets the tone, I guess, for the rest of the showcase. But like,
They were setting
Actually,
expectations.
That should have been our sign right there to just turn it off.
yeah, but it's just like,
See,
what? Like, come on.
Here's the
man.
kicker. How many times over the past, especially the past, like, let's say 2 years, have I told you guys, don't watch these things. Just read a recap afterwards.
I know,
I should
I
just read a
know.
fucking recap afterwards.
I know.
I'm sitting here wrapping work calls early, and I should just get ready goddamn
I know.
recap. I would learn
Okay,
more.
Showcase though. It should not have been the case. All right. Well, here we go. Well, here's a good one though. After that, okay. This kind of got you back on a little bit, feeling a little better.
One more thing. Fair games. Like I always said, like we don't know anything about it. Is it PvP, PvE?
Right.
So
Yeah,
what I learned from a
PvPV.
very,
Yeah.
it's a
So what did we learn outside of the showcase?
So it is essentially a bunch of like small gangs, which is like your 3-player team.
Okay.
They're all trying to go and basically steal money from billionaires
Okay.
in different exotic ways. But there's going to be like multiple teams trying to all go for the same heist.
Pass.
So it's like you're fighting against
Oh my
the
God.
time,
sounds
fighting against.
that sounds
That's
awful.
that's when they showed like the 3-person crew that they showed like
Yeah.
going in.
Yeah.
Then they took out a 3-person crew before they got into that vault. And then remember they ripped the people ripped the vault door off, and they were like those monkey masks behind there. That's another team. That's another team.
Pass.
Let me know when Payday 3 comes out.
Hard pass.
Also, you know what that is? A live service game that we're all passing on right now? Oh my goodness. You get to shoot in that game? How many different fucking live service games can I fucking shoot people in? Oh wait, let's add more to the list because there's gonna be more coming out here later.
Oh, hold on. I was saying, we're gonna get to some more.
I lost count.
All right. So let's feel better for like a second. Okay.
I mean, you
so-
might feel better.
I know a lot of people are excited about this, and I understand that. I never played it myself, but I understand the hype, and I'm happy for these people. Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
Trailer. Coming in 2023 for PS5 and PC. But my buddy Foos he said he's played just an insane amount of the first one. So I guess the first one, though, is more of a top-down twin-stick shooter, where this one is kind of more third-person Gears of War style. So that's kind of a big
Yes.
change.
Yeah.
It looked cool, though. I mean, it looked cool, though.
This was the one where it started off with like the giant bug eating the lady in
Yeah,
front of the
yes.
house, right?
Yes.
I really
Maybe-
thought this was Starship Troopers.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
the original Helldivers was very. I mean, this
Starship
obviously
Troopers.
is too. It was.
Yeah, yeah.
It is very, very
Yeah.
inspired by it.
Yeah.
No, I like the Helldivers one too. You can, and when you're playing with other people, like there is definitely a lot of friendly fire in that game, and
Okay.
you are wrecking people on that. I just want to say like you do a twin stick shooter, and we're like for friendly fire, like
Yeah.
oh, whoops, sorry,
That's great. Yeah, right.
got you again. But no, yeah, this looked good.
It looked good.
But again, we're talking about another 4 people getting together.
Oh, yeah.
To shoot shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But Helldivers is a
Also,
good game.
are bugs the new zombies?
No, zombies are the new zombies. We'll get to zombies later.
I
Oh,
feel
we're-
like there was a lot of bugs.
but there's a lot of bugs, too. There's a lot of bugs. Bugs are the new bugs now.
And there are a Starship Troopers game coming out too.
There is.
Yeah, there is. There
It's in
is.
beta.
Yeah.
It's in whatever early access on
Early
PC.
access, I think. Yeah. Yep. After that, we got a trailer for a single player game that I am actually super hyped for myself just from seeing this. It looks awesome. Immortals of Avenuum, coming July 20th. It's like a first person magic fantasy kind of
Yep.
thing. Honestly, I think this is a blast. It looks fun as hell.
I just saw a guy throwing shit all over the screen. Is all.
It looks surprisingly good for an EA original. Like it looks like a it looks like a
It's an EA original.
I think that was the part that caught me off guard the most. They show EA original like, oh,
Yeah.
EA's
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah, that looks like a AAA game, but it's an EA original. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like that could be anywhere on the spectrum for me. Like I think it looks good. I think there's some stuff going on there that looks pretty good. But if you want to play it on Xbox, you can too.
Yes, you can. Which is where I'll be playing it.
If you wait, long enough, I might get it on Game Pass.
July
You
20th.
will get on Game Pass because if you have Ultimate, EA Play will have it on
10
there.
hours.
That's why
you at least get the 10 hours.
The 10 hours, yeah. But if you wait long enough, it's gonna be in their
Yep.
EA Play Vault.
That's,
for free.
actually, that's a very good point.
That's literally what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm doing for Dead Space. Like I already played Dead Space before. I'm waiting to play for free.
I am gonna go cancel my $70 pre-order because I did not even think about that. I got my 10
you're
hours.
excited. You're
Seriously though, thank you. Seriously though, I got my 10 hours, and if I can't beat it before then okay, I'll hold on and wait and then finish it. Yeah, that's a good point. Because I really do want to play it. I think it looks really good. Personally, I think it looks awesome. After that, we got a trailer for Ghost Runner 2 coming in 2023. The trailer was fucking awesome. And I've never played it, but I hear the first Ghost Runner is pretty fucking cool.
This started a trend with me. Like I don't remember when the first Ghost Runner came out, I feel like there's a lot of games that got like kind of like middle of the road reception that we're getting sequels for.
Oh, that's a trend, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And like it's like I think it's like, middle of the road is like indicative of like some people really liked it and some people didn't care for it, right? So like I think that there's a lot of that, especially for Ghost Runner. Like I have it on my I on my Xbox. I have an on deck group. It's on my on deck group.
Steak needs more.
Dude, look at this giant ass bottle of Maker's
And
Mark.
You started that tonight.
I'm gonna take a pull from that bottle. There's definitely a lot of that in like Helldivers 2. We're gonna have Talos Principle 2 come up here in a second.
Like Helldivers, like I remember playing it because that was a big deal when was it PS4 launched?
Which one of the
Helldivers?
I played Helldivers on my Vita.
I was gonna say PS4, PS3, PS4, and Vita.
It was and it was cross buy.
It was
and I got
cross-buy,
it really
you got it
cheap
all.
on Vita, and I got a really cheap PS4 game.
And that's another one. Twin stick shooters in general that's kind of a niche audience. So not everyone's gonna love that. But yeah, like all these all these sequels are announced. I'm like, that game more into the sequel. That game more into the sequel. What?
Yeah, Ghost Runner always look. I don't know.
And the thing is,
I feel like it's another one of those cult classics.
I think I played
Like, there was
Helldivers a
small
little
audience
bit. I
for
don't
it.
remember it, but these other games I didn't play, and like I don't remember there being like such a groundswell of support to justify a
Right.
sequel. But
Yep.
I mean, I guess whatever. That's why I'm sitting at home playing the games instead of making them.
Right. All right. After that, we got a super gorgeous trailer for a game called Phantom Blade Zero, coming to PS5. That's all we know. I can tell you right now, this is going to be another Souls game that I will not play.
My mind was ablaze watching this thing. Like,
At first, I thought it was At first, I forgot that they showed the studio right away at the beginning of who was creating it. But I was like, oh, is this Neo 3?
I thought it was Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay. because
Then I thought it was
Because when they zoomed in on the character, I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like the guy from Neo.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I wonder
yeah.
if this must be Neo 3. And I'm like, wait a minute, no. That's not the studio they show. That's not it at all.
Yeah, that's like Sekiro. No, that doesn't add up either. I'm like Castlevania. The guy had white hair. I'm like that all right. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna watch to see what happens. I mean, yeah, it looks super flashy. It looked Soulsy, kinda, maybe.
It's Souls to the T.
But there was also more like set pieces, like in
Now
Soul.
you can tell it's a Souls-like game. Sword, giant enemies.
Perry.
Yeah.
Running away, hiding,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, but there was like some like set pieces though, like when he was on like the horse and buggy, and like he was like fighting on it, and people were jumping. Like that didn't seem like quite in that.
That seemed
vein.
a little, that seemed
more. That seemed more action
It did.
RPG like. I'm guessing. Well, shit. I guess those are action. Well, who knows? But I don't know. Like I if I would put money on it, I think you're right. Like I think it looks like a Souls game to me. But again,
I hope I'm wrong.
Hey, no, it would have been great if we had some information.
Well, that would be nice.
That'd be really awesome.
You're asking
also-
for way too much here,
Well,
sir.
also, it's coming to PS5. That's all we know. That's all we know. No date, no anything. No, nothing. Like,
So is it like a sequel? Because it's like something Zero.
I don't know. It says Phantom Blade Zero. No fucking clue.
Is there a Phantom Blade? Phantom Blade?
No, maybe they're just getting ahead of things, and so they're not.
It's the prequel.
They're eliminating a Zero.
Oh.
You know
later
what?
on.
It's abandoned. Okay. It's a prequel to get things going. So it'll never come out.
No.
All right. After that, we got from the makers. So here we go. It's a good one. From the makers of Journey.
Oh, yeah.
And all
okay.
of them. Sword of the Seas. Once again, coming to PS5. That's all we know. That's all we fucking know.
Yeah, it's Journey and...
Journey surfing in the sand. That's what it looked like.
Look great. I'm in. I mean,
It
between...
did look good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I know from the creator. Like, Abzu is good.
Absolutely
The
fine.
Pathless is great. And Journey, I love.
Journey was phenomenal.
So, like, all those things, like, okay, I'm... And like I said, this is from the creator of.
All you know
And
about
it
this
looks
game
just
is
like
that
Journey.
you could snowboard on sand on a sword blade.
Yeah.
And it looks like Journey.
And it looks like Journey.
So I'm in. So that was when I'm like, okay. But again, like, I don't know.
Cool.
What else do I know about it?
I don't know. I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn anything in 45 seconds.
Here's a question though, Mike. Do you need to know anything else?
Me personally, no. But would I like some more information? Yes. Is there like the same like kind of multiplayer that Journey had where people just kind of show up? Maybe that'd be nice to know. Is it is it in the same world? Who knows? I mean, it looks just like it.
How about a release window?
That'd be nice.
PlayStation 5. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Sometime before they stop selling PS5s, it'll be.
Well, we know that's not necessarily the case.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
sometime
allegedly.
before.
There we go. Allegedly, yeah. All right. After that, trailer for the Talios Principle 2 coming. At least we know 2023. So it is coming sometime this year. That trailer was awesome.
Yeah.
The trailer was awesome.
Talos Principle has been on my again. Look,
I never
I've
played
I have
it.
stared down that
Yeah,
icon
I
on my
have.
PlayStation
Me,
a lot.
same,
I'm like,
same.
no.
Everyone says it's so good though. Like that
Yeah,
first one.
I
Everyone
agree.
says it's great.
I agree. I think this game is much longer than I thought it would be. I remember looking up how long to beat at one point, and it's like way
well,
longer.
I think it's one of those games where it's like so many different endings.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's why. Like there's there's like a shit ton of endings you can get.
Let me look it up.
Talos Principle is 16 hours.
Yeah, see, that's much longer than I thought it was
That's
going to
not
be. Like, no, it's not
long,
terrible.
but no, I
when
I
I'm
hear
thinking,
you. I
I'm
hear
thinking
you.
about like a puzzly game. Like, I mean, shit. I mean, Portal 1 is like a 2-hour game. I mean, I think that's not quite right,
So-
but much shorter.
Still a masterpiece.
I was saying,
100%.
one thing I wanted to say, like you mentioned, the release window is 2023. I know we didn't get a lot of release dates. The release window 2023, I'm fine with because that's 6 months.
100%. That's fine too. I agree. I will take that. If you said
20,
2023,
2024, I'm not as okay with.
yeah, there's a few of those in there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. But no, 2023.
I know. I unfortunately watched this whole thing for once.
I was going to say this is one of the first times you've done
Never
that.
again.
Right?
Never again.
Yeah.
I'll read goddamn recap. The only reason I watched it is because we were doing this tonight.
Oh yeah. After that, we got a very gorgeous, sad, but gorgeous trailer for a game called Neva.
Yes.
Coming 2024. I was talking to Joe and Foos while we were doing this, and they think it might be Gris 2,
Yeah, I
but
think
just renamed.
I can see that too.
Yeah, because that's what they were kind of like, and like when they said that, I was like, oh yeah, this does feel like Gris.
Yeah.
But then they said Neva, but it might be like like that code.
I mean, it was just change the main character's name
Yeah.
to be whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can definitely. I mean, I would imagine
it had
this
that
in-
same kind of vibe.
Yeah, I'd imagine that too. Yeah, I'm definitely down. I like their other project.
Yeah.
So, is it
But-
Gris or is it Grease? That was Grease.
Grease. Oh, it is Grease, isn't it?
I could
It
be
is.
wrong,
No,
but I
I
thought
think
it
you're
was
right.
Grease.
No, I think you're right. I
Okay.
think you're right. I think it is Grease.
John Travolta in it.
I mean, more or less.
Grease lightning. But yeah, that's here you go. 2024 for that one. So God knows if that even will happen. After that, we got a trailer for a game called, this is fucking weird, Cat Quest, Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't believe I just fucking said that. It's coming in 2023.
Stupid title. The gameplay actually looked
It looked,
okay.
It looked interesting.
Yeah, and like,
For what it is, the gameplay
Yeah.
looked
It was
okay.
fine.
If that pops up on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus at some point,
Oh.
I'll play it.
Give me some easy achievements, 100%. Give me that so I can get my 50 points a
Am
day.
I gonna go out and pay $20 to $30 for this? No, never.
No.
here's where I was starting to get a little worried about this showcase. It was right in this region here.
Mine was. I started getting worried after right around here.
Yeah, yeah.
I was starting to get worried at the trailer before this one. I was worried when this trailer hit. Keep going.
Okay. This game pissed me off. This next game pisses me off a lot. So, flashy on the screen, Square Enix. Yay, we're getting a new Square Enix game called Foam Stars. Coming to PS5 and PS4. It's goddamn Splatoon with colored soap. That's all it is.
Yep.
When it first showed up, know what I thought it was?
Bouncer?
Bouncer.
Yes! I totally thought it was the bouncer. The way it was... Oh my god. The LED on the wall.
And the first characters they showed, okay.
I totally thought it was a remake of Bouncer 2.
Well,
I totally thought so.
Then what did it end up being?
I fucking Splatoon. Did they not learn from Babylon Fall? They clearly did not learn. This game will end 8 months after it's released. It will.
So you're telling me a live service game in this current environment
where you shoot shit
isn't a surefire hit?
It's not Splatoon. It wants to be Splatoon, but it's not Splatoon.
Phone parties, Splatoon.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, that's okay. Your reaction there was my reaction as they ended it, and it was called whatever.
Foam Stars.
Yeah, Foam Stars.
It's a terrible name too.
Fuck.
It's an awful name.
I'm like, of course, it's a Square Enix game. Look at this shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. They clearly did not learn from Babylon Fall. Clearly. Fuck.
I'm so glad to hear that you got your hopes up thinking that was going to be something awesome. And
I totally thought it was Bouncer, man. I totally thought I will take a Bouncer remake. It could be to the T, just look nice and fuck. All right, let's keep going. Now I'm getting on Mike's level. Here we go. I told you, let's dive in. I was going to get to your level.
I was fine earlier. We were talking about now that we're getting into the details. So it's pissing me off again.
That one is literally as I'm watching, I'm
that
like,
is
fucking Splatoon. This pisses me off.
Awesome that you thought it was something great and it turned out being that.
After that, we've seen this game before, and I am very excited for it. The Splunky Square. This is the indie kind of platforming game where it's in a book, and you kind of pop out of the book.
Jump out of the book.
Squire.
And it's like
Public Square. Yep.
3D world.
100%.
Awesome. 2023. So at least we know it's coming this year, which is awesome. That's good to know. I was a little disappointed because we've seen this before, so I was kind of hoping for a firmer date. But whatever. If it's 2023, fine.
Yeah.
And to me, honestly, that is the perfect day one PS Plus extra game. That would be perfect for that.
I mean, it's also coming to Xbox, but
you can.
Still, I'm saying one of those two servers
is it coming for Xbox? Oh, come on, Game Pass.
You can see that.
I've never heard Game Pass. I've never seen anything like Xbox on the thing for that. So if it is,
they took all that stuff off of the show.
Well, they always do. And it's only been shown during PlayStation events, so I just kind of assumed because the last time it was during a state of play, I believe.
Yeah, here.
So
those are all the games that they showcased today.
Fuck yeah! Come on, Game Pass. If not, no big deal. Honestly, that one I will still buy. I mean, if it's Game Pass, that's even better. But I will still buy that because it looks awesome.
It looks so good.
Looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, it not only is this is the storybook. The guy and the main character can jump off of the book pages and onto the table where the book is.
And it turns into the whole 3D world.
Yeah, it turns into the whole 3D world.
So cool.
But then you can also jump into a mug that has a theme to it, or just oh man, it's
such good potential.
It's
the potential is there.
And there's also little mini games that you go in there too, and it's oh my god, it looks so good.
Fun, so fun. After that, we got into a game. I guess this is a Minecraft mod that has been full-fledged into a real game.
Oh, really?
Called Teardown.
Oh, yeah. Teardown's been on PC for a long time.
PS5, 2023. And it's been on PC. But I guess it started as a Minecraft mod.
I didn't know that.
That's kind of, I believe.
Yeah, that looks dead. I watched forever ago. I watched someone play that game on the PC, and it's pretty wild. It
looks pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll never play it, but it looks pretty crazy.
I don't know, maybe. But again, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it looks like it can be a good little sandboxy, destroy this building type of fun thing, which is really what it is. I think the point is you're supposed to
and see the destruction.
I think you were supposed to steal something out of those places because there's wires you cut that turns off alarms, and there seems to be a getaway piece of it too.
Yeah,
but that's all I kind of know about it. But yeah, no, it looks fun.
Fair. All right. This was a bit exciting, but also underwhelming all at the same time. We got our first trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater coming to PS5.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
I knew it was Metal Gear. I mean, there was all the rumors, but the second they showed the crocodile, I'm like, all right, I know what it is. And I was like, I mean, again, that's it. I mean, Snake looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks good.
That was okay. The full reveal of that was a pleasant surprise because they started showing the bug.
Oh, yeah.
Flying through it.
At
Like
first
the,
it
the-
was
oh,
rubber.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
here's some more artsy fartsy bullshit. You've
Right.
already showed like 5 of.
Right.
So I was glad to see that, just from a perspective of like, oh, it's something I might actually care about.
And then, they show the title, and it says Metal Gear Solid
Delta.
Triangle. No, we don't know what
Well-
the fuck. No, we don't know what the fuck it says because they don't tell us what it is in the trailer. You got to go to fucking
taking
Twitter
a math
or go to
class.
the goddamn.
Hey, I'll be honest. I heard it is Delta. You can ask Beth. Beth probably would have done the same thing.
I'm sure y'all thought it was
the
Delta.
design of that triangle, I was
well,
like Delta right away.
Metal Gear Solid Isosceles Triangle. What the fuck is this?
Metal Gear Solid Pythagorean theorem.
Also coming to Xbox.
Which makes me think
And PC.
also coming to Xbox and PC, which is awesome. I'm super pumped for that. That it's coming. To
I would
Xbox.
like. I mean,
I'm
again,
glad it's not like exclusive.
Metal
Like,
Gear
it's
3 is the
Bad.
only one I did not like it when it first came out. We talked about this before
100%.
because camera, and I felt like I was just living in menus and I wasn't having fun.
awesome. Please fix it.
But it seemed like it's sort of like when Subsistence, I think, was what
Yes.
was called
That
when
was
it
the
got
Xbox version.
re-released.
That was
Xbox
the
version,
re-release.
and then they re-released it like
They made it better
and
on
they,
Xbox.
right? And they fixed the camera. and they did
yeah,
it. So like,
yeah.
I'm willing to give it another spot.
100%.
Another
I'm
spin.
with you. But in the meantime, while we wait for that, because it's only coming to PS5, we have no fucking clue when. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection,
Master Collection Volume 1.
Volume 1. It consists of 1, 2, and 3, coming fall 2023. There's still been no firm confirmation, but it also sounds like that is also coming to all systems as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's going to be a physical for that, which is awesome.
Which is really neat.
I
And
didn't expect that.
that feels like a perfect thing to put on PlayStation Plus Premium, by the way, because those old games.
Yeah.
That's just me. However, I think it's very exciting that it's also Volume 1. I think it's very cool that they're not only remaking 3, but also re-releasing the original. I think that's kind of neat too.
Yep. And because it's Volume 1, and it's 1, 2, 3, it still boggles my mind. The only way to play 4 is on a PS3 right
Well, that's
now.
because PS3 is is like they smashed Sputnik together with some other thing, and like this plays games now.
So, my guess is Volume 2 will be 4. I'm blanking on the one in between, but also in Peace Walker. What was the one
Portable
before that?
Ops?
Portable Ops. Thank you.
What about Acid? What about Metal Gear Acid? You gonna leave that in the lurch?
Yes. And 2. Even though 2 was way better. 2 was actually doable.
I bought Metal Gear Acid.
I bought it not even realizing. I knew it was a card game, but not exact. Like I thought it was a little more.
I kind of bought it on whim too because I was at a Blockbuster and they were selling it for way cheap. So that's how old I am. Anyway,
I was happy to hear about all that as someone who's only played 2 and would like to go back and play through them because I played 2 and I enjoyed it.
You've never played Metal Gear Solid, like the first one, like the original?
No, I've never played it.
Oh, man,
and
dude, you were in for a treat.
well, here's the thing though. Like I want to play it just like to get. I would theoretically like to play through all those games as long as I continue to enjoy them. I'm not. I'm curious as to how enjoyable it's going to be knowing the big twist at the end.
there's so much to do along
there's
the way.
so much.
I
There's so
played-
much in one that happened.
I played
It's
through
insane.
2. Well, I said there's 1, but I played through 2 thoroughly confused the whole time.
Sure.
Well,
Because I had no here's 2, and you have no
Right.
starting point for where all
Right.
this goofy shit
Yeah.
is coming from.
And 2 doesn't deserve the hate. I love 2.
I love 2 too.
Even
I-
with the twist, the turn in 2.
No, I love that shit too.
Love it.
I enjoyed it when I played it, but
Yeah.
it was really crazy.
it's one of those things. Like I want to play 1, I'll play through 2 again. 3, I may just wait for the remake depending on when they say the date is.
Have you ever even tried 3?
No.
Okay. So before because this is obvious because this comes out in the fall.
Yeah.
So you have to try the original 3 first.
But you guys just said it sucked.
hopefully
But I would imagine that they're
hopefully
giving you
that
the
will
better version
make
of
you
it.
appreciate remake. Well, I don't know because the picture they showed though
This is-
in that was
this
not
is-
substance.
what you're
It was
telling
the
me-
original Metal Gear 3.
What you're telling me is I should go outside and eat some dog shit so I appreciate a steak later.
So you can
We've all done it.
appreciate. No, I don't.
Yeah, so I can appreciate a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Here is my prediction on this Metal Gear Solid Legacy. What do they call them? Collection.
Master
volumes?
Collection.
Thank you. Number 2 is gonna be like, I don't want to say mobile, but like they're gonna do like portable edition. And it's gonna be Acid 1, 2, Portable Ops, and Peace Walker being the big game in there. So you get 4 games,
Okay.
and then Volume 2 is 4 and 5. That's it.
Okay.
Well, 4
Well, 4, but
Ground Zeroes and 5.
okay. Yeah.
So Konami's done a handful of these like collections of their
Yep.
their bigger properties. Have they only sold them in collections, or have they sold them individually?
What do you
Like
mean?
Final Fantasy did with the Pixel remaster.
Only
Only the collections.
yeah.
Right.
So Metal Gear Solid was available as a PS1 classic, like on the PSN network.
Right.
But
outside
of that, that's it.
Right.
So
I'm
they-
saying
no,
like
no, 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 no,
I'm
no.
saying like when
No, no,
when they
because-
released the Castlevania ones not
Well,
that
right,
long ago,
because-
you couldn't buy like Castlevania 1 standalone. You had to
Well,
buy like
well,
the whole. If you
well,
wanted
no,
one, you
you
had to buy
had-
that whole volume.
If you had the Wii U, like if you had the
fuck
Wii,
is the Wii U?
yeah, I know, right?
You don't have a Wii U hooked up?
So if you had the Wii U, like for instance, like the most recent Castlevania was the Advanced Collection with all the 3 advanced games.
Right.
You could buy those individually on the Wii U's Virtual Console. And
Right, but-
and all the other ones,
but
you
that
could
was-
too. But only Nintendo. That was the thing.
well, and that
for
was
those.
No,
That's not like like the Pixel remaster. Like you can buy. I can go on whatever PlayStation, Steam, whatever, and I can buy like 2, 3, and 6.
Right.
Standalone.
Right.
It's not
Okay.
the old original version. Like
Yeah, right. No, once they release a bundle, that's it. Like, yo, you cannot buy it
Like-
individually.
okay.
It's just the bundle.
That's
Right.
what I figured.
So
That's
this
what I-
Volume 1 Master Collection, they will not put 1,
Right.
2, and 3
I doubt
separate.
it, no.
You
Okay.
have to buy them all.
right.
Yes,
There
they
is a PlayStation 3 Metal Gear Solid collection that I do own.
will. The Legacy.
The Legacy collection.
Everything. Oh,
It has
yeah,
everything.
things
I
are
know.
I have it. I just bought it within the last
To this
year.
day- to this day, I'm so mad I sold mine.
trust
Like,
me,
so
when
mad.
I was using an emulator on my computer to play NCAA football, I tried finding a copy of that to download, and it was only like you download it would just be the last half of the collection, which I wanted to play 1.
Yeah.
So the last half is not going to
because
be what I need.
because it was download codes.
It was all download code. Right,
So,
there's
like-
discs for some of them, but most of it was download
Yeah.
code.
So I said I just recently bought a sealed copy of it.
Oh, it's awesome.
So I have one, but I didn't know if the codes are good. I'm not gonna open it to find out. But I'm gonna leave it
They are.
sealed.
They
I'm
are.
sure they are. They're
They
good
are.
for like forever.
They are.
Oh, what the hell was I gonna say? I don't know. Keep talking. Were you talking
Okay.
emulation? What the fuck are we talking about?
I was emulating PS3 on my computer. I was playing NCAA football.
No.
All right, let's see what we got here. After that, we got a chiller. Game look interesting. I know nothing about it, but it looks interesting. Towers of Ashkaba, coming in 2024.
Oh, you mean he didn't tell you in the 3-minute trailer
No, it
any
did not.
useful fucking
They
information?
didn't tell me anything.
Shocker.
It looked interesting. It looked kind of interesting, but not whatever.
I think I fast forward through that one to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Let's see. After that, we got a trailer reminding us that Final Fantasy 16 is coming out June 22nd. That was it.
Beautiful waste of time.
I
I mean, it's,
did. So I appreciate. So for the trailer, I appreciate the classic music was in there.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple different classic.
Let's-
music.
right off the bat there was.
I was watching it,
Awesome.
and I heard the music, and I'm like, oh, this is a Final Fantasy game.
Yep, that was awesome. I thought they were gonna fucking drop the demo. 'Cause they keep saying that the demo's coming before the game comes out, and well, I guess not.
Would you say that there was any new information in that
No,
trailer?
no.
Okay.
And
Just
also,
just check.
And besides that, we're a month out from that release. I don't need to fucking see anything.
Yeah.
Just give me the demo because the demo's supposed to be the start of the game, and then your save carries over. So I just need that, so I can just get a jump start in the game, save, and then get into the game. I don't need it. The game's coming out. It's Final Fantasy. I'm fucking buying it. I don't need anything else. Thank you. Okay. So, Alan Wake 2 was after that.
Yes.
Coming October 17th,
Yes.
2023.
Happy birthday to me. Ish.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Alan Wake. I think I've reached talk about me playing American Nightmare and not liking it, but I like the first one a lot. I like current Remedy games outside of Crossfire X, which doesn't count. I was curious how they were gonna. what was going to happen in this game, because like Alan Wake is like in the ether pretty much at the end of Alan Wake 1.
Yes.
So like this having a two protagonists in this game makes a lot of sense.
It does. It does.
And it has Max Payne in it, kind of.
Yeah. Kind of John Wick too, you know. He totally looks like John Wick.
It's like John Wick and Jake Gyllenhaal had a baby.
Oh yeah,
is Alan Wake.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man. The first one never. I don't know. I was really disappointed with the first one. It is the remastered is on sale right now on Xbox for $11.99. I am tempted to give it another go because I don't know. The first one never just connected with me. But we'll see.
Something interesting about that I read afterwards.
Oh, you mean you didn't get it in the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Here we go. This is actually what I was going to bring up. But you're probably gonna bring
They're
up.
only releasing this digital.
Yeah.
And as a result, the price on consoles is $60. The price on Epic Game Store is $50. This is how it should always be. Digital games should be cheaper than physical because you're not paying for shipping, storage, shelf space, fucking plastic.
This is the one thing I don't. I agree. I like that Remedy is doing. I laugh. I make I make a lot of fun of Alan Wake just because again for me it was.
What did Alan do to you?
It was boring. So boring.
You shine the flashlight out.
I gotta go through it again.
And then they pop.
Oh,
and then you shoot them.
That was fucking boring.
Isn't that Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
in 3D. And scarier.
But that's the, but I give Remedy credit for doing that. As much as as I love my physical games, I love having a physical game. I give them credit because then it's like, hey, look at all you assholes that charge the same price for physical and digital.
Right.
No, look, we're charging this because we don't want to charge you more. Like and also too, like Star Wars Jedi Survivor, for instance. I was going to buy that physical.
Yeah.
But then I had enough for a $50 rewards card or Xbox card, but also they said that most of the game was downloaded anyways.
And that's what Remedy said. Like,
saying,
they're saying like we don't want to charge more to give you a disc to have to download the whole game anyways.
Right, exactly.
Which makes too much sense.
Yep, 100%.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like the idea of all physical going away.
I hate it.
But make physical 70, make digital 60, and if you're in this case, Epic is the one publishing the game. Put it on their storefront for $50.
And honestly, this is like the perfect level of game to do this with. Like,
100%.
You couldn't do this with Jedi, right? Because I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to want it.
Oh, yeah.
And people are going to go to the store, and people are going to be in the middle of America who has shitty internet are going to go and buy it instead of downloading it because they just want to do that. Like Alan Wake is it's a sequel to a game that came out in the 360 era.
Right.
So like I can't imagine there's like a super massive audience for this thing. I mean, there's going to be new people are going to be in there.
Oh, yeah.
They have the remastered. They're going to get some new people in there as well. But just this is not going to sell like Tears of the Kingdom.
No.
This is not going to sell like Madden. This is not going to sell like Call of Duty. This is going to be,
They'll be lucky to hit 1 million. They'll be lucky.
No, I think they'll do more than that. But I think
I don't know.
Ooh, we got to figure out a bet or something.
We do. We got to figure out a bet.
So
shot 'em lower.
Ooh. on a million flat? If over $1 million?
I mean, those are the numbers you guys threw out.
Put the over under at 1 million.
1 million. What?
Million and a half.
3 months post release.
I'll see how long.
999,099 and a half.
Sure.
How long are we going to talk about here?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Like because a game like that, I think would get the majority of people like within the first couple months.
I would agree with that too.
So I would say 2 months. We could put it at 3 though. We could put it at 3. We'll figure that out. That's a good wager. I like it. Let's put the wager.
Right.
Let's figure something out.
Yeah, hash this out.
We'll hash this out later. But yeah, I like it.
A glass of Malort, pint glass.
Oh no! Be like the commercial from the Lord. The guy's puking all over himself.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh my god!
Don't need that.
I'm gonna throw this out there because I'm not involved in this bet.
All right,
So.
we'll figure. Yeah, shut up, Art.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have looked at me and asked me for an opinion.
I was just talking to space. You just happen to be in that space. Alan Wake 2.
Yes.
No, so I think it's super interesting that they're just doing the digital piece of it.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's like market price for a digital only game should be less.
100%. All right. After that, we got a new trailer and gameplay. Not extended, but gameplay in the trailer.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Mirage. It is coming on October 12th.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I am fucking digging this one because if I know that it's going to be contained and done within like 15 hours. So I am all 15 like 15 to 20 hours.
They're getting away from the gigantic map and too much shit.
This
to
is
do.
going back to like Assassin's Creed 1 and 2.
So I didn't even know that, actually.
It might have my interest on.
So like, well, that's they've kind of already like from that trailer you wouldn't know, but they have talked about that in the past. Like
I know they were
that's
talking about
kind
they
of-
were going to do that, but I know they were going to do that with their mainline
Mirage
games.
So Mirage is that. So Mirage
Oh.
is that game that they're talking about going back to more classic style.
Okay.
So and you kind of got that L tier vibe, anyways. Like I'm watching that trailer from like 1 and 2.
You've been brought back from dead. I'm like, Ezio.
Yeah. But no. But so I'm pretty pumped for this one because like I said, as much as I've enjoyed I enjoyed Origins, I think Odyssey is insane. Like good insane, and same with Valhalla as well.
And Valhalla was pulled back
And Valhalla
from
was pulled
Odyssey,
back,
and it was still just like,
Oh.
I got to be level 155 to get into
It's
this?
just so fucking
Too much.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming, and that was the problem. Like I said, I enjoyed Origins because for me it was the Egyptian setting, so I could get through that and everything.
Yeah.
But then once I dove into Odyssey, I was enjoying it until I actually opened the world, and I was just like, "Fuck this! This is so much." And then same with Valhalla. I played very little of that, and same thing. I saw the world map, and it was just so overwhelming. Like
Yeah.
this. Giving me back into like a 15, 20 hour story while I do shit. And it kind of like, well, you could still do a whole bunch of shit, but it's kind of little linear. I'm in. I'm so
Yeah,
in.
I totally agree. I still think Brotherhood was like the sweet spot.
Yes.
Because
Oh, yeah.
it had, it had a fun world. Ezio was an established character at that point, just like Bayek, is that I think is his name. They had the missions where you can send like your assassin underlings out to things, which was really which I liked a lot. That was fun.
Yeah.
And they had like you were building up your not your mansion, what the hell they call it, your home base.
Yeah.
You were and they had you can like build it up too, which is like you had that in Valhalla, but just like. God, you got the amount of shit you got to get.
It's insane.
It was just too much. So like if they can hit most of those points and make it like a modern Brotherhood, yeah, I'm in. But again, I wish I knew some things about this game.
I thought the base building was the one after Brotherhood.
No, that was the one that had the
Revelations?
that had no revelations in it. That was the one that had like the tower defense.
Maybe that was it. I know there was something about that one that just turned me off from it.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Did not like that.
Fucking hate Tower Defense.
I got to the end of that game, I remember being like, "There's no revelations in this. No revelations at all. There's more questions."
Did you get to stab Kristen Bell again?
No.
That's unfortunate.
I forgot she was in that first fucking game.
She was in the first couple,
Yeah, that's right. But she got too big for her britches.
and then she got shanked. So
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Spoilers.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
a yeah. Was a 15-year-old game?
I think longer than that. I was.
my God.
See, I think actually it's
That
longer
was
than
that
that
was
now.
the game that my PS3 died on.
Mine was.
I ripped that motherfucker open to get that disc out.
I got the same story.
Because I think I was like I finished the game too, and I was like, that's fine. The system doesn't work anymore. I'm getting my fucking trade-in money.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did too.
After that, then we went back to,
What a weird episode we're having.
yeah, it is very odd. That's all right. This is what happens when we don't
Listen, we
record.
gotta lighten the mood, okay?
That's right. After that, we got a trailer for a game, Revenant Hill, coming to PS5.
Yeah,
What?
that was the one that looked like. Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's from the same developers as Walk Night in the Woods. Night in
Yeah,
the
it
Woods.
looked like it. It looked very similar.
It was
to
the same,
that.
as opposed to be a cat person. It was like a cat.
Yeah,
So,
cat, yeah,
so
actual cat.
I
yeah.
assume that's what it was. I wasn't a huge fan of that first game, but I didn't like the character. So that was probably. I mean, this might be something
Yeah.
different.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think I need to spend my work day tomorrow just going through the PlayStation blog to find out what all these games are about.
That's,
Yeah, I mean, they had a whole hour of like my dedicated attention. So
Yeah.
that would have been nice to learn something.
Yeah, but I could be. It's that or I work. I mean,
Oh, that's true too.
it's the last day
It's good
before
alternative.
last day before a long weekend.
that's right.
Oh, yeah, Friday off too.
Yeah.
Good for
Oh, good for
Yeah.
you. I don't.
you. I don't.
After that, we got a trailer I was very excited for. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It's an action RPG. Finally coming out winter 2023. I'm very excited. I've been following this game for many years. So I'm very pumped for it. But it's, again, niche audience for that.
I don't know what the fuck it was. I thought it was a Dragon Quest.
Yeah. After that, we got another trailer for Street Fighter 6 coming June 2nd.
Still looks good.
Why?
Great.
Yep.
It's Street
Why?
Fighter 6. It's coming out in 2 weeks. So, okay.
Yeah.
That was like just a waste of time. Then we got a trailer for a pretty cool looking indie game. Ultros coming in 2024. Looks like a Metrovania meets, I don't know.
Definitely roguelike.
It is roguelike though. That's the only problem with it.
Pass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Metrovania meets Dead Cells. But yeah, it's definitely because like
At the
first I was
very
oh,
end, he like
Metrovania,
got
and
up
then
again.
and then when he revived, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm only assuming because I was given no information.
no, 100%. Yeah. After that,
Too many words in this blog.
we got.
Yeah, you want to read more, or you want to have a developer tell you what the fuck's going on?
I'd rather read.
Oh, that's a bullshit lie. I know. I know your stance on reading.
I don't read books. What do you think I do when I'm on the toilet?
Fair.
I'm not watching live videos.
Candy Crush.
I could now at
Hey,
home.
you could play Tears of the Kingdom.
That was always my stance. Like I always wanted to read stuff instead of videos. When I'm on the crapper. That's because I used to work downtown in an office with people. Now I'm at home. I don't. I can watch whatever I want.
That's fair. I was saying,
I can turn up the fucking music and just blast it.
Yeah,
why
right.
don't you have a TV in there?
What kind of money do you think I'm making, man?
Like the Michael Scott big screen. That's all you need.
Plasma, man.
Plasma. That's the word.
Listen, I gotta rebuy kids' glasses. I don't got money. I don't got money for plasma TVs hooked up on the wall.
After that, we got a trailer for a game called Tower of Fantasy coming summer. Cool.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even fucking remember that trailer. I think I kind of spaced out for a second.
I vaguely remember that
An
one.
immersive cyberpunk open world RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that kind
That's
of
just the headline on the
I didn't get that
blog
vibe from it, but yeah, that's fine. Then we got a trailer for a game that people have been dying for and waiting for. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah.
Looked awesome. I found out it is running after the fact. It is going to be running on the RE engine.
Oh, really?
So it's actually going to run. So it's probably going to be pretty cool. It's going to run awesome.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of those things like that. The first one wasn't for me, so like
Neither. I tried.
But people love it.
People
so
love
like,
it. Yep.
good on them. Enjoy it.
It's like another different Skyrim
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yep. So good for them. After that, we got yet another trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted.
Pass.
Up on
But
it too.
it's 2 now. It's 2 now. Yeah, it's the sequel. It looks I swear to God, it looks the exact same as the trailer for Help Wanted.
I don't know.
Who the fuck's still playing Five Nights at Freddy's?
I don't know what the Five Nights at Freddy developers. No, I'm not.
It's on your Steam account.
You think I'm the one who's playing that on
I
the
mean,
Steam account?
it's on your Steam account, man.
Fair.
No, yeah. I made a game with zombies in it. The 6 hours, that's me.
I've seen it on your Steam account.
Yeah, it's on there quite a bit, and it's never me. Literally never.
But
me. But like, I don't know what I don't know what these developers have on Sony because they keep eating up their time.
I know.
on these showcases and shit.
have
Like they keep
money.
showing up.
I don't know. And I don't get it because like for me, I don't know. I just don't. I never understood. Even playing the first one, like I played the original, and I was like, "Oh, this is an interesting concept." But then I was like, "Oh, there's more." Like then I played the second one. I'm like, "All right, it's the same fucking shit."
It hasn't changed. But it's. I mean, I do watch the kids play. I'm just like, how are you supposed to know what to do? Like, you just click all the buttons. Like, that sounds fucking great.
It's stupid. It's so stupid. I don't know. Late 2023. If you enjoy it, good for you. It's fucking stupid.
You're probably 12.
And you're probably 12, so you're probably not listening to this. After that, we kicked off the PSVR 2 section. Woohoo! Got into it. Oh man, we kicked it off good.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 VR is in development. That's all we know. But they at least showed some gameplay for the first time. It looks fucking awesome.
Looks gorgeous.
So good.
I have a big question about the gameplay, though. Why aren't they shooting at the head?
I mean, you can't. They're trying to, like,
You don't shoot zombies center mass?
They're not zombies.
They're going to show shit. They're
Whatever.
gonna show shit.
They're Las Plagas.
Is that Spanish for zombie?
I mean, maybe. But, I mean...
You know I don't speak Spanish.
But, you know, I mean, sometimes when you shoot the Las Plagas in the head, more bad things happen.
I never played the game, so I don't know.
You got to shoot him in the knee,
I love it.
and then you kick him, and then you knife him, and then you kill him.
Or you stick your knife with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yes.
You block a chainsaw with a knife.
I'm not gonna lie. I cannot.
fuck is that
wait
knife
for
made out
moment.
of?
I cannot wait for that moment in VR.
What is that
Put
knife
my
made out of?
up with the chainsaw.
Yeah, I was. And I mean,
Fuck yeah.
the knife in Resident Evil 4
Oh my
remake
God.
is the best knife of all time.
Oh my God.
I'm parrying
my God.
grenades. I know it's amazing. It's really it's really something special.
I thought we're gonna get. It's in development. Take your time because it looks awesome.
It also says VR mode.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's included with Resident Evil 4.
It will
Okay,
be.
it is it?
will
Okay.
be. Just like that's the same thing with Village. That's how Village works.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
VR mode.
Yeah,
It was
you're right.
included
Free
Village.
DLC with the PS5 version of Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So
That would have been super.
It's in the headline of the blog.
That would have been a great bullet point to put in a
my-
fucking trailer.
Yeah. So I have not bought it yet. So I am waiting either for Black Friday because it'll probably be $20 for Black Friday, or if it comes up before that, then I'll figure it out. But it says just in development, so I don't.
Yeah,
think it's
I
gonna be out
think
this
you're-
year. So
Well,
I
they-
will wait.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, they just released Village. They had Resident Evil 4 original VR come out last year, I think
Yeah.
it was.
Which honestly, I was expecting just kind of like an up-res version of that.
That's what, yeah.
And no, this
No.
is ground up.
Yeah, it's a remake version of it.
This is insane.
Yeah, that's
This is gonna like Village, like I gotta get back into it, but like the little bit I did play a Village in PSVR 2 was pretty impressive. This looks like it is a whole new level. So yeah, I am super pumped. All right, so continuing the PSVR 2 stuff. After that, we got a new trailer, more zombies, but it's okay. Arizona Sunshine 2 is coming in 2023. I'm gonna be honest. When the trailer was playing, I totally thought it was Dead Island 2.
me too.
Like the vibe, all that felt like Dead Island 2. I've always heard awesome things about Arizona Sunshine. Never played it on the first VR. Never played it on Quest 2 or anything. But this totally has my interest.
Yeah, it looks fun.
It looks fun as
Oh, yeah. When you're grabbing zombie arms and slapping the zombies with it.
Oh yeah,
Good times.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great.
Good times.
I'm all in.
When I got my my Quest, I was go through the list of like, oh, what are the VR games you need to play? Arizona Sunshine was always one of the ones that pops on that list.
Yep.
Never played it, but
Nope.
I think
It was very rarely ever on sale.
Fairly-
I think that's why.
That's
I,
probably-
never,
yeah, that's probably the
never
problem.
I'm fairly
used it.
positive
Actually-
I have it on PSVR 1.
I might have it on Steam.
Nice.
I gotta check that now.
After that, we got a trailer, which I was disappointed, but that's okay. Trailer for Crossfire Sierra Squad coming to PSVR.
Yeah, stop trying to make Crossfire a thing.
Yeah. But no date.
Probably like the '80s board game.
I wish
Yeah,
that'd be better.
Crossfire.
Another thing I wish I still had.
That thing was awesome. The fucking marbles.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
Ball bearings.
Hell yeah, a lot of them.
I totally thought though this was the other one, Firewall Ultra.
Fire. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought that was that, and I thought we were gonna finally get a date for that because they've been teasing that for a while, and they've been teasing this Crossfire for a while, and we got nothing. No
That
date
seemed-
for either of them.
That seems so. I mean, I was watching that and like I'm just like in the middle of space, and like I'm fine, and, like
Yeah.
shooting people. Like I should be like being obliterated right now
Yeah.
by like the 3 people holding guns at me. I'm just walking around.
Right.
Nah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Then after that, we got a trailer. They showed this off before, and I've been super pumped for this. Synopsis.
Synapse.
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 Oh,
Synapses.
Synapse.
Synapses. So it would be like a short version of the game.
Oh, that's a good point.
Synapses.
Synapse.
Yeah, is in the brain.
All right. Thank you.
Remember like the Maker's Mark comment we made earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Synapse.
That's all right.
Yeah. There you go. Now say it again.
So let me fucking get it through. Synapse.
There you go.
I got this. All right, here we go. This is one of our better episodes, guys. I gotta say.
God.
But yes, PSVR 2. This was shown off during one of the state of plays
Yeah.
recently.
I think it was the big VR2
it
like
was a big one.
like,
That big one. Yeah.
show that they had.
Yeah. My eyes have been on this for a while. We got a date. Hot date, July 4th. That is very odd coming on a holiday.
Lots of first day sales, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I will be buying that on the 5th probably and playing that. I am so pumped for this. This looks fun as hell. It looks wild. I'm so in. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it does look cool. Like those like like the telekinesis grabbing barrels and shooting them.
Oh
and-
my God.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. It looked
And I
fun.
love
It looked fun.
the black and white
Yeah,
color.
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. Oh, it looks fucking cool as shit. I am so excited. I hope it holds up to the hype. It looks cool. After that, Beat Saber is available now on your PSVR 2.
That's got to be a free upgrade, right?
Yeah.
If you bought the original one, it is a free
I
upgrade.
would say nothing between VR1 and VR2 has changed that should affect that game that much. You should be paying for it twice.
100%.
Plus,
So,
they're
yes.
trying to make money off you on DLC. So
Yeah, right. And all your DLC.
Yeah, it's a platform.
Yeah, exactly. All your DLC transfers and everything. Unfortunately for me, my Beat Saber is on Quest, so I will be sticking there because they also released a fucking Queen song pack today. 11 songs.
They don't have that
11.
on the
Wow.
Quest?
What's it?
They don't have that on the Quest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying
he's saying
I bought
everything
it.
he's bought so far has been on
Every-
Quest. So
every-
he's staying on
everything
Quest.
I
I
bought
got
for
you.
Beat,
I got
Beat
you.
Saber, along with many song packs, I've all bought on the Quest.
I got
so
you, I
I will
got
be
you.
sticking to the Quest for that because obviously I can't
feel like
transfer that.
The Quest is probably a better
Well,
setup for that
that's
because
the-
there's no wires.
There's no
thing.
wires
Yeah.
and everything. Exactly.
I mean,
No,
there-
it
you're
is.
you're moving when you're playing
Yeah,
that
you're
game.
jumping and jiving when you're playing that game.
100%. I'm just kind of curious, like, would it look? I just wish I could see what it looks like. Hopefully they'll release a demo. 'Cause I just want to see how much different, like, visually. I know it's not like a big visual thing, but I'm just kind of curious because actually the Quest 2 version got updated with that 90 hertz version, and it was a pretty big upgrade from like the first original one. But also there's a Queen pack, song pack available right now. So we got one shadow drop in this whole showcase. That's what it is, and I'm okay with that because fucking Queen fucking rocks.
Hell yeah.
So great. All right.
I kind of want to go look up at the track list, isn't that?
I'm curious because I actually have not even looked at it yet because I've been so fucking busy today. But yeah, I gotta go actually grab my Quest out of the basement and go charge that up and play it
That's
tomorrow.
probably right next to where my Switch is.
Let's see.
Hang on here. Another one bites the dust. Bohemian Rhapsody. Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Don't Stop Me Now. I Want It All. Killer Queen. One Vision. Somebody to Love. Stone Cold Crazy. We Are the Champions. We Will Rock You.
Fuck yeah!
Natural. That's
Everything.
Yeah,
That's
not-
everything.
Yeah, not a missing the
No,
that whole
I'll
thing.
say
The
it.
bangers
That's
all the bangers all the
Radio
way.
Gaga bullshit. That's great.
If somebody told you to come up with an 11 song DLC list,
There you go.
You'd be pretty fucking
Holy
close
shit,
to that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How much is that?
Oh yeah, it's probably like 15 for that.
14.
All right. All right.
There we go.
Sorry, $13.99.
Oh,
All right.
fuck yeah. Awesome. Well, I know what I'm.
It's not bad for 11 songs.
No,
Not-
not at
no.
all. That's awesome. Oh my
Back
god.
in the Rock Band days, that would have cost you like $25.
I know.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, God, I spent so many Microsoft points.
So much money. I actually just bought a song recently for Rock Band. They released Ghost.
Oh, really?
Mariana Cross. I bought that. Every so often, I load up my Rock Band 4.
If I have, okay, no, I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but here we go.
Mike's looking into buying plastic instruments.
Maybe I mean, okay, so
They
for
may
as,
re-release
for as
that.
much shit as you bought for Rock Band, I would at least have a guitar around my house.
yeah.
I'm aware because I do I have so much on the stuff I bought on Xbox 360. I still have that if I get Rock Band now.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
On Rock Band 4.
Yep.
Yep.
Fuck.
I will say, it is going to be a giant pain in the ass to get it all downloaded. But it's there. It's there.
Oh, that's fine.
It's just a big pain in the ass to get it all and make sure you download it all. Because there's plenty of times, because you know, like when you go to the Xbox, it's like, oh, here's stuff that you own that you can still download.
I almost
so
want-
it gets most of it, but I found like then when I went into like the actual game and into the store, there was stuff it did not pick up that I had
Okay.
to still download.
I almost
God.
wonder if that's something that would be easier for you to like log into your account on a computer and kick off
Yep.
the downloads that way.
Yeah, well, because Xbox has it where, because you know when you go in that section, it shows you can just say download all, and it kind of like gets it. So like, and I think if you go on PC, I think it kind of would it works. Like, it might even be better now.
Yeah.
because I did it like when Robert Phone first came out, and it was like a shit show. But like, I think it's gotten better. So,
God, I don't know how much.
well, dude, Rock Band 4 is on sale all the time.
I'm aware, but
all the time.
But I don't have a guitar.
Yeah.
The
At
Rock,
all?
no.
Oh, okay.
All that stuff's all gone.
Well, actually that doesn't matter because I have the adapter, like the
Oh, yeah,
legacy
yeah,
adapter.
yeah.
Those legacy adapters are going for an insane
I'm
amount.
aware. Yeah.
Insane.
Oh, ours on it.
I'm shopping around.
See what you can find. Well, Mad Catz actually also recently posted something about instruments in interest. So something maybe in the works for that because everyone
Mad
actually
Cats. Oh my. God.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
They're still around.
They are.
I thought they were bankrupt for real.
Well, I think they're like associated with someone else.
Oh, okay. Like
Kinda
someone
one
about
of
like
those
the
things, yeah.
someone
Is
about
it
like
THQ
the,
Nordic? It sounds like they're thinking
Probably,
just buy out.
probably.
they're probably
Speaking of which,
they're probably the Embracer Group now.
minus,
Yeah.
quickly, Alone in the Dark is getting a showcase tomorrow.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Tomorrow? Wait, 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow night, actually.
Ooh.
It's like at night, too. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that-
Because
yeah.
I'm super, I love Alone in the Dark. I'm super
Yeah, that first
pumped.
trailer looked good too.
It did.
Guitars are not cheap.
No, they're not at
I
all.
know.
Not at all. All right, where did I leave off? All right. So we
We left off on Rock Band 4.
Cool. Beat Saber. Same thing. All right. So after that, we have a trailer for a brand new Bungie game, Marathon. So this is actually the game they were working on before Halo.
Correct.
Finally coming out. Coming out on all platforms. So even though Sony bought them, it is also coming out on
That
Xbox
was
Series X.
part of their sale agreement was that Bungie decides what platforms their games are published on.
That is amazing. That's awesome. Like that's,
Otherwise, they wouldn't sell to Sony.
Sure, that's good for them. Good for Bungie, honestly.
Yeah.
Good for Bungie themselves. That's awesome. However, I did get a text while we were recording about the new Marathon is described as a sci-fi PvP extraction shooter.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't say.
So that's disappointing. It will not have a single player campaign.
Yeah.
Pass.
So as awesome as it looked, and I do like. I think Bungie does first person as much as like Destiny's not for me. They do it very well. Pass.
Pass.
And continuing on with the Bungie, Destiny 2, Mike's favorite game of all time.
We definitely did not waste enough time in this thing. We definitely got to put fucking Destiny in here again.
More
For the
Destiny.
millionth show in a row. Because let me guess, this thing's been out. This Destiny's been going on for 10 fucking years. And you know what? This one showcase. You know what? We're gonna get 4 new people to play Destiny because the same fucking people have been playing
That's right.
Destiny forever.
That's right.
Just
Hey,
no one new
they gotta-
is playing Destiny because there's like 5 billion things
They
you need to buy and download
their
to catch
first
up.
party shops.
That's right.
And then, at the very end of this trailer, they're having like a Destiny Direct at some point soon in like 3 days.
God damn. So mad.
There's so much time wasted in this thing.
100%.
But nobody would have known about the Destiny Direct if they didn't do this today.
No.
I bet is on the blog post
Yeah. Oh.
where all other information lies.
and where all other Destiny people care.
Exactly.
So,
It is on the Destiny forums.
Destiny 2, I'm assuming, based upon the
I'll grab my bottle.
based upon the name, I could be wrong, but I think this might be the last of Destiny 2 expansions.
If the name holds to
If the
be
name
true,
holds true, it is called The Final Shape, coming on August 22nd. So maybe we can probably move on, but we'll just talk about Destiny 3. So,
Am I wrong? Do I not understand Destiny? I'm sure I don't understand it.
I'll be to be honest. I've got a buddy who's super into it, and the way he's into it, it's like, okay, I get it. Good for you. Like, I get it. I just no.
When did he get into it?
Actually, somewhat recently, like
That's
the last couple
shocking.
years. The last
Okay,
like 2-3
last
years.
couple of
Well, no,
years.
Okay, not like he. I think he like dabbed at it when it first came
Yeah.
out, but he really didn't get into it until like the last like 2-3 years.
But
But
there's-
that's still like yeah.
But there's
I
like
know,
4
I know.
massive expansions.
I know.
And all this shit you gotta do. And they're
I
constantly like, I can't even, like, if you jump into the game right now,
I know.
what do you do?
everything. There's so much to do.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But how do you fight anybody? Or do anything?
Well,
The majority of the game's PvE.
Yeah, majority of it's PvE, but also
PvP is like a separate.
but don't you
it
need to
is,
do like
but-
raids that are like everyone's already done?
Well,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
everyone
can
does
still do 'em.
You can still do them, but the problem is like also though if you jump in now, most of the time like unless you like selectively pick like start from fresh, you automatically get like leveled up. Like it's kind of like that Godfall. Remember that when
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus decided to give us Godfall,
Yeah.
but not really.
Yeah, they give you like the first
The
3
end game
levels
stuff.
for
They give
free
you all
or
the
whatever.
end game stuff.
Yeah.
That's this. Like, so if you jump in like now, you could like essentially be like max level and like, but then
So
you still gotta-
the game's already been played.
kind of, but you still have to like loot your shit.
Okay.
You still gotta loot. I don't know. Whatever. It's,
But still, like I'm just saying, like I can't fathom anybody sees this trailer and is just like, know what? Now's the time.
I don't think you're. Yeah, to your point. Yeah, I don't think somebody's gonna see this trailer and go, "All right, let's go play Destiny." If anything, you're gonna have a friend pull you into it. You're gonna see you catch a stream of someone like, "Oh, that looks fun." The trailer is not gonna get someone to go, "Oh, I gotta start playing."
Yeah,
Destiny
and
now."
like the Destiny people who are like hyped with this information.
Yeah.
They're already on the Reddit thread.
Oh,
they're already
100%,
in the forum.
100%.
They're already on Twitter. They're already in the community.
Yep.
Like, why am I seeing this? And then we're gonna have a whole separate video
I know.
in like a fucking week.
I know.
You gonna watch it?
Oh no, I'm not.
Why not? Maybe it'll convince you to start playing Destiny.
That's right.
I played Destiny and I'm good.
I played the original for a little bit.
Exactly.
I played the original for.
And
I played the original through the first raid.
I didn't. You played way more.
I
than
don't,
I
know,
played.
I don't know if I made it that far.
I don't even know what to say about Destiny anymore. Apparently, I'm wrong.
All right, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. After that, we got a trailer that I absolutely have no fucking clue what this is. Concord, 2024.
Yeah.
PS5 and PS5 and PC.
Yeah.
No fucking clue anything about it at all.
No.
So, and then we took a break from the
Wait,
game.
wait.
Oh, wait,
Concord.
Wait. Here we go.
Mike's gonna love this.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Live service.
PvP, multiplayer, FPS.
Fuck, man.
You know what?
Fuck this shit.
You're telling me that I get to shoot other people online?
I'm in. I never get to do that. I've never done that before. I'm in. Never.
What? Am I in a squad?
Probably.
Do I get loot?
I don't know about loot.
Can I buy extra things for the game I already have?
I'm sure you can.
Like
if
a
not,
lot?
if not now, in the future.
Like a lot of it?
Probably.
Oh man, I'm in. Because I haven't. There's not like 19 different established versions for me to do that already.
There's not. But not like this.
But not like this.
But we don't even know what this is.
It's revolutionary.
We don't know.
It's different.
They had like a burger shaking on a StarCraft. I don't know what
Seriously.
the fuck.
No, seriously.
How many
though,
games do you see that in, though? A burger on a StarCraft.
That's a good point.
Show it to me in the game.
That's a good point. Oh my god! All right. So after that, we took a break from the games. We took a fucking break from the games, and we got the movie trailer for Gran Turismo coming in August.
So I saw the same trailer. I walked away at this point. I saw the same trailer before Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct.
Like
Me too.
2 weeks ago. This looks like the stupidest, most pointless shit I've ever seen in my life.
Fucking stupid.
It's fine.
Why? Why didn't they make a movie out of everything now? They have all these IPs that have great stories in them. You know, they're killing it with The Last of Us on HBO.
God of War is coming.
Uncharted
supposedly.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twisted is a thing. God of War is coming. Horizon's having something too, right? An anime or something?
Horizon's having an anime.
Why do you need to make a movie out of a fucking racing game?
Well, it's a real story. Okay, it is a true story.
Who cares?
I'm just saying it's more about the true story as opposed to being about the video game. I'm not saying I'm going to go watch this movie ever. I'm just saying it's not about Gran Turismo. It's about the kid who took a Gran Turismo like contest and became a real racer.
I'm saying I never need to hear another fucking word about this again.
Why is it in the showcase?
That is a better question. Why is it?
Why is this here?
in your video game showcase?
Because they have a captive audience.
We've all seen the goddamn trailer.
How many people saw Guardians of the Galaxy?
Everybody. Everyone that was watching this saw Guardians.
I would like to see.
Honestly.
I would like to see that Venn diagram.
That Venn diagram
because it is.
is almost like just a circle.
Fuck.
So again, we're gonna. I mean, I can't. I can't. How many useful minutes were in this thing? Not including Spider.
Fuck.
Not including
15.
Spider-Man. Not including Spider-Man.
3.
God damn it.
How mu-
Spider-Man was 12 minutes long.
And
Fuck.
how much of that was very super like, hey man, this is a PlayStation thing, not Alan Wake.
No.
That's coming to Xbox. What about Metal Gear?
Nope,
Not a
Xbox.
sing-
Isosceles
Not
Triangle?
a single bit of it is.
Metal Gear Solid Isosceles Triangle? No, that's fucking also an Xbox.
Which is why Xbox made sure to release that.
It was
that
brilliant.
infographic. It was brilliant on there.
For the first time in a long time, Xbox was like, look at the games we got.
Gorgeous.
But
So, and here's the thing. side pause on moving past Gran Turismo or whatever. But Xbox doing that, like, they did it on Twitter. They probably need to do it a little more loudly somewhere. Like, they probably need to put that graphic, like, on the Xbox fucking dashboard. And
That would be
link
great.
Link to the IGN trailers or something.
Well, I will log in
might be
tomorrow
there,
morning,
yeah, it might
and
be
it
there.
may be there.
But,
Seriously, it may be
like,
there.
Because I mean, it'll definitely be like it'll be in there some way, shape, or form because all those games also got announced.
100%. Because they want everyone to pre-order. So yeah.
That's the counterpunch to what has been going on with especially Sony, but consoles in general for the last 2 generations, where if you secure not even an exclusive game, just if you advertise their game
Yep.
and exclusively advertise their game, it's what happened with Destiny.
Right.
People think
Oh,
that
it's on
console is the only place you can
That's
play
it.
that game.
Yep. Yep.
So that was like a necessary counterpunch that Xbox had to do, and they need to be louder about it, to be perfectly honest. Like, I don't know how they can be louder about it, but they need to be louder about it.
Well, I think, and honestly, I think this whole acquisition with Activision and Blizzard, basically, I think now Xbox is basically like, all right, gloves are off.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Xbox gloves were off when they decided to drop $70 billion on a publisher.
100%. But now, but now that the fact that like the way Jim Ryan and them are fighting this
yeah,
so hard,
They're ramping up the pettiness
and,
real high.
and Jim Ryan got into the CMA's heads, and the way the CMA are reacting, I think they have been like, you know what, we don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys. Here we go. Which is why, like, I mean, we can get into this, in another.
We've avoided this topic for really getting into this for so long.
Oh, 100%. But I am super.
Oh,
excited.
I can't do that tonight.
I know. Like Steak said, another episode.
That's what I'm saying. The next episode, we should probably have another one in between before the Xbox showcase to get into that.
I can't even get into showcases right now.
What is a showcase?
Yeah, right.
There's so much
I was
happening.
gonna say, well, that's the thing. We got another.
Xbox then gives another showcase full of lies.
Let's get it. Let's finish this up, and then we can get into that, like, very briefly, because that's a lot too. All right, so fucking bullshit movie trailer, Gran Turismo. All right, so Jim Ryan's dumbass comes back on the screen. He's got 2 things to show us before the last game.
Jim Ryan
Also, there is also not a better 1-2 punch of in a video game showcase than a movie trailer followed by Jim Ryan. I couldn't, like, if you weren't,
If I ever needed a pee break.
yeah, if you weren't ever feeling shitty enough as it was about how this goes,
100%.
we're gonna have one more game that we already know is going to be Spider-Man.
Well, that's the thing. And he said, yeah, exactly. With him coming out, we've got one before we get to the last. I was like, okay, so we're ending with Spider-Man, so we have no surprises or anything else coming.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
I can buy JimRyanSucks.com for 1 cent for 2 years.
Do it.
Done.
This could be our time. This could be our chance right now.
Make it sued. That's
Make-
what happened.
You can't get sued for that.
You legally bought the domain. You can't get sued.
I just need to make sure to fill it with like direct quotes from him.
You
Stupid.
can say the man sucks.
100%.
We live in America.
100%. All right. So, and I'm going to be honest, the 2 things they even though with the leaks and the rumors, the 2 things they showed off here was not what I was actually expecting from this at all. And I'll get into that in a second myself. So the first thing they showed up was Project Q. That's what they're calling it. So they don't even have an official name yet.
For the
this.
record, Q is a horrible name to call anything right
It's
about
fucking
now.
Terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
oh.
We had an internal thing at work that was called Q.
Mm-hmm.
They had to pull it back and rebrand it.
So, Project Q.
Everyone thought it was a fucking virus on their computer.
Of course. Is a cloud-based portable system. Quote unquote portable. It is basically it's a 1080p screen
I didn't know
with
I didn't know my console in my basement was considered the cloud.
yeah, with a dual sense split aside it, so it's fucking huge. It's giant. It's portable, but it's huge, and it is remote play cloud based only. But
Cloud.
again, remote play cloud based
Yeah.
only, and tiny bit underneath the screen there, it said games have to be installed on PS5. So you need to have a PS5 to have this.
Mm-hmm.
It is basically a glorified Switch controller,
It
but
looks-
in your house, because even though you can't take it to a hotel, it will work like shit.
No, I saw someone recently said like it should be a law that that they need to put like the average upload and download speed on the hotel lobby.
I like.
So you know where you're
I
getting
agree.
into.
I 100% agree with that.
But because I mean, maybe do it for work, or maybe I'm trying to stream a game.
100%.
But anyway, side note, yeah, that fucking Project Q thing, which is a terrible name now that you've mentioned it.
Awful.
It looks like something you put together in Tears of the Kingdom. Like it's like
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, let's smash this shit together.
I'm gonna slice this controller in half, and then pick up, attach, pick up, attach. Done.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it. Yeah, it looks like a.
Fucking stupid.
It's like someone's trying to mock up like the PlayStation 9. That's what that shit looks like to me.
I want to know how much they're going to charge for that. And what the battery life. Battery life on a DualShock controller is trash. On the Pro DualShock, I forget what they call that crap, is trash. I cannot imagine what this is going to be. Do we have more blog?
I'm trying to see if there's a blog post with a price.
I doubt it is.
I don't think
it's
there is
still
any
very
info.
like
Yeah,
in
I don't
the
think
ether.
there's any info on this.
Yeah, no, the only hardware
This is
stuff
not even
on
going to come
here
out this year.
No,
this
hell
is not
no.
even fucking coming out this year.
No.
It takes a long time to develop something that
And neither is this next thing.
is. For the record, every time I say cloud here, I'm doing air quotes.
Yeah. And this
They
is-
can hear it, Art.
Yeah,
They
I
know.
mean, and this
They should
next,
be able to hear the sarcasm in my voice and assume there's air quotes going on.
and I highly doubt, even though this is super basic, this is even fucking coming out in 2023. They're coming out with some PlayStation earbuds.
Fucking stupid.
The case is cool though.
The case
is
very
cool.
Very cool.
The case is cool.
These are fucking dumb.
Yeah, they are dumb. And here's the thing. Anyone who there's every other brand in the world has earbuds now.
Yeah.
The PlayStation specific ones that they claim are high quality and top of the line. As someone who spends a stupid, way too much amount of money on a video game headset, the headset they have is not top of the line sound quality. You expect me to believe they're going to shrink that down into a fucking earbud and sound better than anything else I can go buy at Best Buy right now?
Which is funny because the Sony earbuds, like the official Sony ones,
they
are phenomenal.
Right. The noise canceling ones are really good.
They're excellent.
They're not using
They're
that
not
shit.
even going to be close to
No.
that.
No.
All I heard about is when they were talking about the launch of the PlayStation 5 was they're going to be measuring the shape of my ear for whatever it is.
Oh, right.
But now it's going to be plugged into my ear? How's that going to work?
Yeah, no.
I'm not really that mad about it. But I was just saying, it's, I don't know. Sure.
Biggest waste of money ever.
It's stupid.
Add it
The
on.
case is cool. Otherwise, outside of that,
Case is fucking awesome.
dumb.
That's it. All right. So after that, as we've been talking, we got our final game. Spider-Man 2 coming. All we have is fall 2023. So no firm releasing on that.
How close to Starfield do you think they're releasing that?
I think they're trying to. I think they're waiting for the direct to make sure Starfield is actually coming out the date they're coming.
Yeah, I was going to say, when does Starfield get delayed?
And then they'll release the release date.
I don't doubt that.
Or Buddy Fred made a good point. They're aiming for September, but if they have to delay to November, they don't want to do that.
Yeah, they're still and they're still in that like
And they're still in that
plausible
fall
window.
2023.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man 2 kicked off with us finding out that Kraven's gonna be a big part of this, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking love Kraven. I figured. I will say though, I was getting a little worried at the beginning because I figured it was Spider-Man 2. But I also thought maybe it was just some weird Kraven spinoff, like the way they were like, because it was like so into like just what Kraven was doing. So I was like, oh, please tell me this is part of Spider-Man 2, and it was, thankfully. We actually got gameplay. We got legit like actual full on gameplay. It's more Spider-Man.
It looks amazing. I mean, it
looks good.
Peter Parker's wearing the symbiote suit, so
that's so cool.
which is really
That's
some
so
really cool
cool.
stuff. I feel like I'm gonna miss not having that suit after I get it because it looks like you're doing some really cool stuff with it.
They showed too much.
They showed
They showed quite a bit.
They showed too much.
They showed quite a bit.
I would have been perfectly happy not knowing that you end up with the symbiote suit.
well,
Yeah.
I would have been perfectly happy without the hint at the end that you're going to be fighting Peter in the symbiote suit as Miles.
Yep.
oh yeah.
100% is happening. That fight is coming.
There seems to be
This is all stuff I would have loved to be surprised about as I was playing through it.
Yep. I did like the fact that it looks like we're getting the GTA 5 character switch.
At least to some degree, because I mean, they definitely switched it over in the trailer. You had to press a button.
Yeah, right.
And you did it.
But I think that was them. Like I think that was them like showing off. Like you know how how GTA 5 at the beginning they showed that off. How you could do that. I kind of feel like that's kind of like the same thing.
I would love to have it where like I'm Peter Parker swinging through the city, and there's a marker on my map where Miles is in the city.
Yes,
and then I can just zip
Switch.
to him as opposed like that. That would be like the fast travel option.
I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think that's gonna happen.
And Miles will be moving around the city too.
Yes. I think that's gonna happen.
I would love it if I can like passively give him a task. Like
Yeah, that'd be nice.
go find this thing for me. If I need you, I'll switch to you.
Yeah.
No,
I liked the whole. It was cool when they switched to Miles and you could create your your little walkways, your web walkways. That was really neat. That was awesome. The double takedown. Fuck yeah! Finally, thank you. Like if there's two people by themselves, I should be able to take them both down. Like a two fucking hands.
I mean, double takedown when they had Peter and the symbiote, so he took 4 guys down.
Oh yeah. That was fucking wild. But I agree. Because I mean, we all knew Venom was going to be involved. Like the symbiote was going to be involved because of the end of 1. But
and the trailer for the very first reveal trailer for 2.
But we did not know that Peter was going to get the symbiote.
Yeah.
Like we had no idea about that. Like I'm ecstatic to experience that, but that would have been fun to find out while I'm playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, and that could be how the game starts too. But even if it was still if that is literally like how this game starts out.
I was saying, if we just saw the actual beginning of the game, that's very still confusing. Because I understand they'll probably do the whole we do that and then we flash back. I don't like that cliche flash. You know what I mean? Flashing back. I don't like that.
Yeah, they had they had a throwaway comment where where Peter was talking about how Harry Osborn was sick.
Yeah. That was in the first one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he had that. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Because you're going around tending all his scientific research stations.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. So he was the lizard, the Dr. Connors.
Yes,
yeah.
Connors.
Okay,
Connors.
I'm not as surefire about my Spider-Man villains.
I only know because I had to watch the trailer 3 times, so my kid saw it and wanted to watch it over and over. He was identifying people before I knew it. I was Craven. I'm like, cool, man. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So Lizard looked cool. Craven looked cool. The game looks cool. Am I shocked that Spider-Man looks cool? No.
But also, there's been teasing, and again, that's this is why you got to take a grain of salt with everything you see and everything. There's a lot of teasing about revolutionary gameplay, action, all that kind of stuff. This is just more Spider-Man. It's more Spider-Man, which I'm not saying I'm not necessarily upset about that.
Yeah,
because I enjoyed the first Spider-Man game quite a bit. I enjoyed it a lot. But that seems to be also the trend of the Sony games this gen though. Look at Horizon.
It was we just talked about
more
that
Horizon, right? Mm-hmm. God of War, more God of War. In that same, and now Spider-Man, we're on that case again.
That's not even just this generation. Look at Uncharted. It's Uncharted with a little bit extra. It's The Last of Us. It's the same with a little bit extra.
It always seems to just be Sony's
God of War and God of War Ragnarok.
I will say, based on watching this showcase, I would take more Uncharted right now. I would take more Horizon right now. I'll take more God of War right now.
100%.
I would have loved to have seen, an Uncharted announcement with them having the daughter take over.
Can you imagine right now?
Starting a whole new storyline.
Set your minds back to yesterday. Can you imagine if I told you that this Sony showcase was not going to show you one
first party
single first party single player game?
That's Sony's bread and butter. I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, no, never.
It's
I never would have.
shocking.
I know. It just makes no sense. It just I just don't get it. And that's the thing too. It's even by the time we got and here's the thing, and maybe this is why I maybe need to take a couple days and then just go rewatch that Spider-Man 2 trailer again, because I think I was just so let down from over the last hour and 10 minutes.
I went back to work.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I'm really mad.
I think I was just so let down from the last hour and 10 minutes before we finally got to Spider-Man that I just, by the time we got there, like, I don't want to say I didn't care anymore, but like I didn't just get the same vibe that I should have. Because here's the thing too, is like, cool, like, yeah, Spider-Man, it looks fun. Like it's Spider-Man. I'm gonna fucking play it, Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I was talking with my buddy, I was just like, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to see the 4K trailer, but like to me, this doesn't look like amazing. Like it looks fine. It looked fine, but then they when they got to the outside where they were chasing like over the water and stuff, like, okay, this looks really good.
that
That looks
yeah,
really
that's
good.
like,
This looks great. But prior to that, I was like, I'm like, this looks like Spider-Man. Like it looks like the Spider-Man we've seen. Like this is like, again, this is coming from Insomniac, who's given us like as much as the gameplay was the same and the game itself was fine. But look how amazing Ratchet and Clank looked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that looked just like beyond, like that to me. That's still one of the best looking next quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes again.
Yeah.
Next gen game. You know what I mean? Where this to me just looked like kind of a more of a like an up-res Spider-Man game. And then like I said, we got to that part. Again, I haven't watched the 4K trailer yet, but that looked, I was like, okay, this looks a little bit better now.
The Craven part, like the very beginning, Craven looked fucking amazing.
Fucking awesome. But then we got into like the beginning part of the Spider-Man stuff. I was just like, this doesn't look very good.
Yeah, I mean, nothing was like eye pop until they got to like, the water skiing piece of it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they had that. I mean, again, you talk about double takedowns. They have like we can like zip lines anywhere. Again, like when they were doing that, like he picked a point and like made a web and then branched out somewhere. So you have like you can make your own little walkways and things like that.
Yep.
Miles had the new that wingsuit.
Yes.
Which looks fucking awesome.
That looks cool.
But I mean, like I said, it's Spider-Man. I'm excited. So.
I'm excited. I can't wait to play it. I can tell you right now, even if as much as I enjoy it, like from what we've seen and everything, but for me, like that's not even like even just from like the trailer alone, I'm like that's not gonna be like even like a game of the year like consideration.
The story needs to be something special.
It's got to be very special. Like
because again, we've played two Spider-Man games at this point.
Right. And the story was fine.
Yeah, I mean the first
one was very good.
Spider-Man was good. The ending, I thought the ending was something special.
The ending was very special.
The story in the first one was really good. The repetitiveness of some of the battles, and especially in the third act of that first game.
Oh, especially the third, 100%. And they got to not fall in that.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, Miles Morales fixed some of that.
Miles fixed a little bit of that. But the story for Miles, again, I know that was like more of a spinoff. So like whatever, the story was fine. Like it was good, but it was fine.
I thought the main through point was good, but the rest of it was all fine.
Yeah.
I
don't know. We'll see.
I thought it's fine. I if it's like you were saying, if it's more Spider-Man with maybe it looks a little bit prettier in these high action sequences, and
we know about two of the villains,
right?
So who else? Who knows what else is going to pop up?
So we know Connors, Lizard. We know Craven.
I'd be shocked if Green Goblin doesn't show up.
I'll be shocked if like Venom's not just involved.
Oh yeah,
because of the symbiote being there. Like I know they showed off.
They gotta separate at some point.
Exactly, they gotta separate. Honestly, you know what would save the fact that they they've already told us that we're gonna beat the shit out of symbiote Peter. Yeah. Please let that happen within the first 2-3 hours of the game. Honestly, honestly, because I'd rather that happen early, and that would make me feel better about the rest of the game.
I really hope everything they showed is super right at the beginning of the game.
Right away. I agree. I hope that like I said, what we just saw was the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it seems like even like Genki was talking to Peter Parker, like they were kind of just getting acquainted. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, and is he usually like this? And he's never like this. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it does seem like it did seem like it was kind of So like I said, but please do not drag that too long. Mm-hmm. Let me beat the shit out of the symbiote out of Peter early in the game, and then so we can kind of let that story. Then let's keep it going. Because if they do that earlier on, then I think that'll kind of spoil the fact that we're playing a symbiote right away, potentially. And them showing that right away.
Yeah, I just logistically. Are you just going to give up all your symbiote powers that soon though too?
Well, it depends. That's how it happens.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
If you you get to that point where you battle and and I'm calling it now. We're gonna battle at a bell tower. Because that's what they always fucking do with the symbiote.
Well, yeah, it's the bell. Yeah, you gotta have the bell.
I do. So they're gonna battle it. They're gonna battle it out. And when those
I just did that in Midnight Suns. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That just fucking happened. God, I gotta get back to that. Anyways,
God, that's never gonna happen. Though.
I know there's so much in that game. But that's the thing. So yeah, so that could happen. They're gonna fight the bell tower. The spells are gonna shake it off enough to where it scurries off in a way, and then there you go. But Peter's gonna do something, and that's the thing. Peter's gonna do something unforgivable almost, and that's what's gonna cause this battle to happen.
Yeah.
That's gonna go away, and then I think what's gonna happen is then we're gonna deal with a mourning, like distraught Peter, while Miles try to keep them together.
Well, I think like to Mike's point, like if you have that symbiote suit early and you have all these powers and you're taking down 4 guys at once who are just staring at you. Like at some point later in the game, there's going to be like some scientific research where you recreate something to give you those powers. A different suit that symbiote power without the evil.
That'll be something.
They're going to give it back to you at some point because they're not going to give that to you for 5 minutes and just rip it away. And
although, in my opinion, that'd be fucking awesome if they did. That'd be great because games normally don't do that. They normally don't do that. And I think that'd be awesome.
And I mean, narratively, like that's the allure of the symbiote suit, right?
Yeah.
Is like you're so fucking powerful. Even more powerful than the power you already have.
Right.
So like,
powerful,
that makes sense.
But you can't control it.
No, that's why you're talking like this. That's why you're talking like this. I'm gonna get you. Like easy, Spider-Man. Easy.
Oh my god. I mean, they hinted at it, but when he made that comment about I've got bigger teeth. Show me that. Please show me that just for a second.
When you rewatch that. Look at Peter's eyes. Like it becomes like Venom just like for a second. Like the little corners come in.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
All right, I'm going to rewatch that. Because like I said, I haven't been very busy since that was over. So I need to watch it in 4K.
Yeah,
but I need
I
didn't see that. Oh, very cool. Good.
So So here we are talking right now. And that's cool shit. You know what I mean?
Great. It's great. Absolutely.
The one game they actually like showed us something of substance for.
Exactly.
Wait a second. You're telling me that if you're going to show me like gameplay and new game mechanics and some story and learn something about the game, you're going to be more excited about it?
Maybe.
What?
Depends on what you have to show me.
What? Do you see my through line here?
No.
We've been talking about this for 3 hours now.
That's right.
I just told a story.
I love it.
But anyway, like, I want to make a joke being like, yeah, the showcase was just fine after all my ranting and raving, and it kind of was. But like,
there was a couple things I was like, oh, that's cool. Like Metal Gear and Spider-Man, the only things I was like,
Metal Gear, pumped. Alan Wake 2, pumped. I forget the name of that new Journey game. I'm pumped for that.
Blade in the Sand or some shit.
Something like that.
Sun in the Blade.
Surfing Bird.
Journey 2.
Yeah, Journey 2, basically.
Journey 2, Surfing Bird.
I'll get down with that. So I mean, I'm very excited for all those games, and I'm excited about Spider-Man.
And there was a lot of good stuff shown. I mean, there was a lot of good stuff shown.
Yeah.
But at the same time, especially like the indie stuff, we're being open here. So nothing blew my dick off in terms of like the indie shit. Seriously, my
pants remained on through that entire thing.
Yeah. I mean, because there's been plenty of times where like sometimes you see some of those indie games, you're like, holy fucking shit, this is wild, and like. For an indie game, this is fucking wild. All the indie games they showed off today, nothing did that to me. Like there were some cool ones, and again, I'm all for the indie stuff. Like I enjoy the indie stuff, but there's a time and a place for that.
Right.
State of Plays are perfect for that shit. Showcases are not.
PlayStation release. If you're subscribed to like PlayStation's like YouTube channel, they release that shit all the time.
All the time.
Announcement trailer.
Well, even just the PlayStation blog.
They do those days where like, hey, every hour for the next 6 hours, we're debuting a new indie game, or we're debuting a new VR game.
Yep.
Like,
and I'm fine with that shit.
That felt like half of this. That felt like half of this.
I know.
And the other half felt like a state of play featuring Spider-Man 2. Not a showcase.
And Metal Gear.
Which is multi-platform.
But did they?
What?
They showed.
They didn't even really show anything.
An ant,
I mean,
and a bird,
they
and a
confirmed
crocodile.
it's actually
they confirmed
a thing.
It's happening, but
cool.
they didn't even like show anything. I know.
So that sounds like a state of play thing. Like, and if after they show that, a state of play would be like, they would have that little blurb at the end of it, like at the end of that clip, being like, "Games come and show," and like they would do something at the very end of it.
Right,
this game's coming out, in early 2024, whatever the fuck.
They dropped the ball not getting exclusivity for Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, 100% on that one. So Xbox is taking full advantage of that. This overall, was super disappointing. Super disappointing. But like you said, we saw Spider-Man, but it's like, all right, what's Ben doing? What's Sucker Punch doing? Like, what's the Astro
SOB
or whatever? What the fuck are they doing? Like, how do you even if it's, I don't give a shit if it's early development, because clearly they don't give a shit either, because most of the shit didn't have dates anyways.
We saw Wolverine 2 years ago.
We saw Wolverine 2 years ago. We saw Metal Gear Delta, which is clearly
Isosceles Triangle.
like, yeah. That's minimum fall 2024, because there was nothing on it, so minimum. You can't even just tease the fact that Astrobot's in development for VR2. Like people freak the fuck out.
There's really nothing to show for Wolverine. There's really nothing.
Nothing. Like, why would you tease us with it and then not show anything at all? I mean, Blue Point. What the fuck is Blue Point doing?
I was just saying,
because
where's
clearly
Blue
it's not
Point?
Metal Gear. So what the fuck is Blue Point doing?
Remember when they got the Silent Hill 2 exclusivity?
Oh yeah. So clearly that's not coming out this year. That's not coming out this year. That's what that just told me.
Yeah.
Because if that was coming out this year, even if it was 2020, like, you didn't have like a firm date, you would have had. Again, you had no problem showing trailers for stuff that you already have coming out. So you would have shown a fucking trailer for that and said 2023 on it. So that's clearly telling me minimum early next year now for that. Minimum.
Last of Us multiplayer. I mean, I've been.
That's not fucking happening. Factions is not happening.
I have been shitting on multiplayer games for the last 3 hours.
But that's
or
not
how long
fucking happening.
But
make up your mind, man.
I want.
Regardless if we want to play it or not.
I want to see what it is.
Where the fuck
it?
is it? It's not happening. It's not happening.
They've had us concept art shown.
Listen, they can do that or show a Gran Turismo trailer. They can't do both.
I feel like I'm missing other studios that are just not doing anything right now for them.
Oh, I am too. I know I am. I just can't think. I'm blinking right now, but it's just like, I don't understand this. Like, and that's the thing. Look, I understand. Like, Xbox has its issues. It's got its problems too. But earlier this year, we had that dev deep down, right? Yeah. Redfall, Hi-Fi Rush was shadow dropped. Forza, we know Forza is coming this year. I said Redfall already.
Yeah.
Minecraft Legends.
Yep,
Again,
they just came
I
out.
understand that's multi-platform, but that's still first party. And what was the other one? There was another one in that group. God, I'm fucking blanking right now. I can't remember. But at least look, they're addressing first party shit and stuff that's coming.
And the best. I mean,
what's coming for first party for Xbox or for PlayStation besides Spider-Man 2 and sometime Wolverine? Both are Insomniac too.
Yeah. Good. Solid call there. Also, right now, in 2023, right? What's the best first party game to be released that's not Nintendo?
I mean, right now it's got to be Starfield, right? Or coming.
I mean, it's already out. We're almost half a year into this year.
What other first party games have been released?
It's Hi-Fi Rush.
It is. I was saying that's the other one. Yeah, that's true.
That's it.
It's not Redfall.
It's not Redfall.
Yeah.
It's Hi-Fi Rush.
Maybe in a few months, but not now. Or a couple of years, but not now.
It was a game that we didn't hear about.
Hi-Fi Rush that we didn't even know about. It just came out, and boom. Yep. No, 100%. 100%.
I mean, ultimately, it might be hopefully a Starfield. Hopefully, Starfield is something special. I'm very much so rooting for it.
That's the thing. I agree with you on that, because I know Starfield's not my type of game, but again, Game Pass, so why not? But that's only because it's not my, because like I said, I struggle with those Bethesda type RPGs.
I like Bethesda. Me and Space don't usually mix.
No, give me Wolfenstein and all day. Showcase is coming. Xbox Showcase is coming. Where's my fucking Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein We Riot.
God damn.
Okay. This is my last piece of my rant. If y'all want to keep talking, that's fine. I'm gonna go home and go to bed. Not right now. Sony's been obviously crushing right now, right? They're still gonna crush. I mean, they're killing it in console sales and things like that. This Xbox Showcase, I feel like we've been here before.
Sony's
Yeah.
left,
This
left the door wide open.
But this Xbox showcase
Gates are wide open.
could really be a pivotal moment here
It could be.
where things are tide might start changing
Yes.
towards a Microsoft camp here.
Here's my thought on that, though, and we'll get into this some other time when we talk about the whole Activision Xbox thing. But for the past 6 months, let's call it, while this thing's been going through all the regulation boards,
Yeah.
Xbox has been doing their best to paint themselves as the poor kid in the corner, the underdog,
Sure.
the one who has no chance. Are they going to suddenly change that strategy and just go balls to the wall for this showcase? Or are they still going to sit there and play poor us, we're third place in the console market while things are still unsettled with Activision?
The Xbox showcase will not change their place in the console wars at this point. They're still going to be in third place.
Correct.
100%.
But if they make themselves look stronger than they've pitched themselves to be to all these regulators,
And I think, to be completely honest, I think they will. Only because they've been having no issues minus the CMA. Because I'm not even counting the FTC because they're a joke.
communist.
That's a whole nother conversation. But especially with the EU now passing and everyone else passing, China passing, everyone. I mean, they're pretty much on their way to where they could just go through with this and say fuck you to the UK. Like, all right, in terms of that,
They can't.
they
Why
could.
not?
Because it's bigger than Xbox. Because Xbox is part of Microsoft, and this ties
I
into
understand.
antitrust stuff.
I understand.
If they say "fuck you" and go through with it, you're talking no Windows, no Microsoft Office in the UK.
That's
a different
division.
It's a different department.
Same company.
Same company, different department. They can totally do that.
But they should be
So-
they should be able to sell everything that's not involved with this
That is,
merger.
yeah,
So it's not Activision or Blizzard.
yeah. No Activision.
That's
or
not the
Blizzard.
way it's ever been in the past when they've gone through this stuff with the regulator.
Regardless, I mean, I just.
But that's okay. So one last thing. But I think you're talking about when that was with the USA, right? Antitrust Act.
No, Europe. Before the UK separated from the EU.
Okay. I'll take your word for that. Anyway, go ahead.
Sure. No. Yeah. But regardless of that, I still think. But this can pass without. You know what I mean? Because like we're getting through. Like they're getting enough. Like now they're getting to the point where they're getting enough. Like you know what I mean? Like where it's moving along now. More so where I think they can't go balls deep because they're still not going to show off though like Activision Blizzard shit.
Well,
you know
they
what I
can't.
mean? And they can't anyways. So they're gonna.
Well, no, they
They
can show
could.
off.
They
Well,
just
they
can't.
can't.
They can't
It's
sit
gonna
there
be
and say
multi-platform.
Xbox exclusive.
Exactly. So that's why like now, especially and I think that and the fact that all these other ones are passing like they're having no issues going now. The EU and China were the next two big ones that they were very worried about. The fact that they've passed both of those. Now I think basically tells them okay, and I'll be honest. I think once that the EU passed, they kind of probably changed a few things in that showcase because they were probably like, all right, like they probably were kind of holding back a little bit, but now that that's passed, fuck this. Like, and then like they're gonna go. I think they are gonna go all out, and especially with the studios they've already bought. Like, you know what I mean? That they have.
And
I think they're finally gonna go.
With the studios they've already bought, please fucking go all out. Because
I think they will.
What the fuck are any of them doing?
100%. And that's what I'm saying. I think they will fully go out and they will go strong on this. And because I think, and also I think Phil has had it. Phil is tired of being the scapegoat, and I think he is finally going to be like, "Fuck this, let's go."
That kind of funny interview was like
was-
eye opening.
Very good.
Yeah.
Because and you know,
Not gonna lie, I didn't listen. Watch anything.
Okay.
You should check it out.
Okay, I don't watch Kind of Funny really anymore or anything like that, and I really don't care for most of them. I will give them credit. They asked
Who
Phil,
was on their panel?
It was Paris, Gary Whitta, and
Snowbike.
Mike
Snowbike.
Snowbike.
Okay, I'll watch that.
Yeah,
Who do you hate?
Tim.
yeah, I get that.
Tim and some of their outside people they have on staff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but so yeah, I highly recommend watching that because they asked them the hard questions, and Phil did not back down. He said everything that he wanted to say. You could see, because that was right after Redfall came out. You could see how crushing it was for him. I mean, it was, and right after the CMA also did, blocked it and stuff too. So you could see how just crushed he was feeling. But I have so much confidence in Phil, especially even more so even after that as well. It's amazing.
Here's like two sides of a coin thing. I like Phil Spencer because he actually seems like a gamer and like he gives a shit. Yeah. Unlike guy in a suit Jim Ryan.
Yeah, right.
JimRyanSucks.com. He seems like he gives a shit about it. Not just it's a business like any other business, and he's just trying to milk it for every dime he can. Yeah. So he has that going for him. He's like, from the gamer's perspective, he's a likable guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that.
Also, kind of going back to talking about should Xbox show their ass out on this showcase. As of right now, this whole acquisition, are we still talking 6 months down the road? Are we talking a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road before it's all said and done? If this is, in fact, an actual turning point for Microsoft to start selling more consoles and becoming more relevant, that's not going to happen in 6 months.
No.
That's not going to happen in a year.
Yeah.
This is going to be like when the PlayStation 3 came from behind in that generation, where Xbox 360 was way ahead.
Yep. Yeah,
way ahead. But by the end...
Well, yeah, I said they still caught them within a generation.
And that was a super long generation.
That was a very long generation.
So, I feel why would you not? These things, the timeline, if this is really a turning point and then you end up being the big boy, then hey, guess what? You still won anyway without the Activision Blizzard, without spending $70 bajillion.
In my opinion, in that Xbox showcase, if we get 3 first-party games, 3 first-party games with firm release dates this year.
Ooh.
That...
Wait. 3
minus Starfield.
Minus Starfield. I'd say minus Forza too, because that's pretty much expected to be out this year.
Well, it's expected, but they keep getting pushed.
I'm not sure.
And pushed and pushed.
I would say you have to exclude that one too.
So then let me knock it down to 2. Because I was honestly, because I was including Forza in that. Okay, so I was including Forza, so I'll knock it down to 2 so that we can minus Forza from that because the only reason why I was including Forza is because that was supposed to be fall last year, and it was spring this year, and it's like this. So if we can lock down that 2023 date, and an actual date, would be amazing. So, but that's fine, that's okay. So let's just knock it down to 2. If I can get 2 first party firm dates out of Microsoft in this showcase, that just already puts that over this PlayStation showcase in my opinion.
Oh yeah, easy.
Because even though we know Spider-Man is coming out this year, we don't have a firm date. It's whatever. So if they come out and they tell me Hellblade 2 is fucking November whatever.
Well, God, I hope so.
Maybe October or November whatever. And then let's say I'm going to throw this out there. Fucking Avowed is coming out this year with a firm date.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Because that is the
spicy
Bethesda Obsidian way.
You're not wrong there.
That would be incredible.
You're not wrong there.
And that would blow away even with whatever else they show. That would blow away this PlayStation showcase, in my opinion.
And at this point too, I wouldn't be.
And it would bring Xbox back into the swing of everything.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Machine Games was like, "Hey, Wolfenstein coming out this year," because they've done shit like that before too.
Yeah, they have, but I know they're working on Indiana Jones. That's the only thing that bothers me.
I thought they have enough. I thought they have enough to do the 2 studio.
They do, but I just don't understand what's going on with that.
I agree,
Indiana Jones in that aspect.
I agree too.
So I hope we get a little clarity in that during the showcase, because even if it's like kind of like how they did with what they did with Bungie during this, where it's like, all right, we get that Indiana Jones where they actually kind of start showing it off, and they say 20, even if they say 2024, fine, but they start showing it off, but then we get that quick little teaser after that, just in development now, and we just get that fucking Nazi symbol. They're
not gonna do that. It'll be Blazkowicz coming out on the screen from the shadows.
They're not just gonna flash a swastika real quick.
Oh God!
Okay, I should be a little more clear. It's not gonna just be a fucking Nazi flag. There's gonna be more involved. But
it would just be that. No context.
No.
Wolfenstein. Like, what's going on?
Soon, swastika go fades away.
No wonder the CMA is turning them down.
A little fucking more than that. All right. But if we get that, oh my god! Like even if we get that, it's more than this. It's more than this.
That would help a lot. I think Xbox has a problem though, where they need to put a killer game in people's hands at this point.
We might get a shadow drop. Who knows?
I'm not saying a shadow drop. I'm not saying it's like,
but like within the next 6 months.
Yes, like
before the end of the year.
Because like after Hi-Fi Rush was, it's a good game, but it's not, Starfield.
Sure.
If Starfield comes out and sucks, they're in big trouble.
I don't think and that's the, I don't think it's gonna suck. Like
I don't think it will either.
Really don't.
But I'm saying even if it doesn't suck, let's just say it comes out and it has Redfall technical issues. That's bad for them.
Well, here's something interesting.
They haven't put out like a
best case scenario
great game in a while.
Yeah, I think best case scenario for that is it's going to be Fallout issues, which is fine.
Well, okay.
Because everyone's accepting of that.
Okay, hold on a second. I just had this thought. It was like a combination of both of your guys' thoughts you just had. So Fallout 4 came out.
We're a human Venn diagram right now.
And
we overlap on Mike.
I'm so tired. So Fallout 4.
We'll keep dragging this out.
I know. We keep having like
This is good stuff.
Yeah, the
we haven't done
discussion
this in a while.
hasn't
This is
stopped.
good stuff.
Got a month of shit bottle up here.
Fallout 4 comes out, right? Mm-hmm. Sold well.
Yeah.
Buggy as shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Worse
But-
than 3.
But sold well.
100%.
Starfield is buggy as shit, but comes out on Game Pass. So they don't have, they have the Game Pass money.
Yeah.
But they're not having like a new, I don't know how that's going to be perceived as like a success or not. Because Fallout 4 is like, well, yeah, it's buggy, but fuck, it's successful, so who cares, right?
And that's a good question too, because everything's all cloak and dagger with Game Pass.
Exactly.
Like we don't know what do they consider. I mean, this is kind of different from the third party studio, like
Right.
licensing a game to Game Pass.
Right.
Like this is first party, so I guess you measure it by new subscriptions,
You can also see, there's got to be some kind of
downloads.
like
It's got to be
combination of
I'll say downloads, new
Playtime.
subs.
new subs with the download and playtime
Yeah.
and things like that, and concurrent users and how many people you have on a subscription. And
It's unfortunate because I will say the one thing I do like about Sony is like the numbers they released recently.
Oh, yeah.
They're very
well, when you're
open.
winning,
I say,
Well, right. 100%. But they're very open about all their numbers and
Yeah.
everything like that. Right now they are. Yeah. It would be nice if I want to see actual numbers after Starfield releases in terms of that new subscribers, playtime, downloads, like that kind of stuff. I want to see that.
You're gonna see. I guarantee you, you're gonna see some of that.
We have to, right?
You're gonna
I would
see like
assume.
playtime and
We have
downloads
to.
because that includes all your existing subscribers. Like if you say like, oh,
But I would like to see that new subscriber.
we got 100,000 new subscribers. I'm gonna be like, that's it.
yeah, average Starfield playtime is this for our users, and it's hard to understand where the money goes. To be frank. So, but what I'm saying is like, Bethesda, I'm gonna say got a pass, but Bethesda's is like, well, whatever. Like, there's shit makes money, so who cares?
Yep.
So if they release a buggy game and they're not getting they're not getting as many sales because it is only on Xbox and it is going to be on Game Pass,
Right.
they're still gonna sell the game because not everyone has Game Pass for some reason.
Oh yeah, no,
And then-
absolutely. It's still gonna. Dude,
But I
you
can't-
should see-
but
the amount of
I-
people
I-
that bought Redfall actually was very shocking.
Yeah, I have trouble seeing where Starfield comes out is in the top 3 of NPD or whatever the hell they call it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just don't see that happens when and there's going to be a huge Game
Yeah.
Pass because so many people have been playing through Game Pass, which isn't new money.
And there's things too, like when you look in, God, we've sidetracked so far here. But like, how many people have kept their Game Pass subscription active because it's like, Starfield's out in a few months, why cancel it now? And we're lazy. That's why businesses love subscription models.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 100. No, I mean, 100% is a lot of that, and then also I think also too, like Starfield is that type of game where even people that are subscribed, they're gonna buy it. I have a feeling that there's gonna be quite a few that even if they like, and I would love to see those numbers too, which we won't figure out.
I will do that with indie. I will do that with indie games. Like it's like I'm gonna buy Vampire Survivors.
Sure.
Because it's $4.
Sure.
And I want to support them. and I played enough that I own it.
Yeah.
Will I do it with a $70 game? No.
No, oh, absolutely.
Under no
Absolutely
circumstances
not.
will I do that for a $70
Nope.
game.
Nope. Unless you tell me it's leaving Xbox, it's leaving Game Pass.
Which we've been told first-party games never
not.
will.
Right. And they won't. So we don't have to worry about that.
Unless they have a weird licensing thing. With
Yeah.
Quantum.
Yeah, well,
Quantum-
yeah.
But it's back now, so it's all.
I mean,
Everyone was freaking out
they,
for a week.
they probably should have threw out an explanation when they pulled that.
Yeah.
It's been a long day, guys.
Fucking
Oh,
PlayStation,
shit.
man.
I hope Xbox shows something good.
I mean, this is
This is it. I
The door's wide open.
knew we were recording, so I didn't want to give away too much of my reaction of this PlayStation showcase. But the one thing I did tweet was, the gates are open. The gates are open for Xbox. It's now or never. And I know when I typed it, I felt deja vu because I'm pretty sure I've said this. in
We've
the
said this
past,
before.
we
the
said
last
this.
couple years.
We said this in the garage of your previous
That's
house.
right.
That's how long ago we
That
said
was it.
this.
That was. I think that was the violin E3, right? With the violin incident.
Oh.
Where Sony showed off nothing.
Yeah, I think so. And they're talking. Yeah, there's like they talk about Game Pass, and they were getting going on like
they're
you know.
getting, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I said at that point, I can see the pathway for their
it's
success.
there. It's there. This is time for the taking. This is not to worry about the acquisition shit. This is the time to blow your load, show it off, and let's go. Like, I mean, even if honestly, like, you know, you talked about Fable so long ago.
Oh my God.
I'm not expecting a release date. I'm not expecting much at all. But if you have a build where you can get a 2-minute gameplay demo out of it, give me a vertical slice, just do it. I don't give a shit if it's 2025. Just fucking do it.
See you next time,
So-
dickheads. Oh, that was a perfect ending, and you fucked it up.
No, that's a perfect ending.